Welcome to Radio Ronin. Happy Halloween.
Hey, happy first day. It's autumn.
Hey!
It's autumn.
Woo!
Yay!
It's official. We're past the threshold.
We made it, boys. We did it.
Greg doesn't have to sweat anymore.
It's still it's still too warm for me here in Utah, even though it's in the 80s. I'm like, I want the low
That's still
70s.
too warm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I heard that it's actually going to change in Utah. I heard that the leaves are changing up in the mountains now, which is cool.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, you told me that, Chandler.
Yeah, they're all like orange.
Which is very cool, but I heard it's going to start getting cold there now. Have you heard that?
So. Yeah, like I at least want it to get into the 60s. That's where my good comfort weather is, and then that's when I can start wearing my hoodies.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, see.
So,
So you know what fall means in Vegas? This is what fall means in Vegas.
Oh, no.
Absolutely nothing. It means zero.
It was 95 yesterday.
And it's going to be 100 this week, like all week long.
There's like no Halloween stuff. Like, it's funny. So you go to like Walmart or Target or any of these.
Yes.
There's no Halloween stuff. There's Christmas stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like Vegas is like, yeah, no, we're just kind of just skipping over that one.
Well,
Like,
Vegas does. They do really good at Halloween with like spook alleys and stuff like that.
They do.
But there's no Halloween to speak of really, except for Armando, who is kicking my ass. And I'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah.
So fall, like, where do people listen to Radio Ronin? I'm proud to say we have people listening to us in every single state and in a lot of different countries.
Yep.
But where we have an awful lot of people listening to us is Southern California, Vegas, Utah, and Texas. That's where we have a lot of people listening to us. And really the only place that fall matters is Utah. That's like we don't
That's
have
about it, yeah.
Yeah, that's in Southern California, it's the hottest of the year. September and October are the two hottest months of the year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Vegas, it has cooled down a little bit, but it's still insanely hot. So fall is not happening here. You know what fall is for me? Like watching Ghostbusters. That's all I get
and
to
lighting
watch.
a pumpkin spice candle in the house. That's about it.
That's it. That's
the
what
extent of it.
fall is. Anyway, welcome everyone to your Monday Radio Ronin show.
Hey!
So glad you're here. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We had a great weekend.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. In fact, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Show brought to you by Quench It.
Quench It.
Quench It makes every day better. Thank you very much to Quench It for your sponsorship. Thank you to all of you for going to Quench It.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, you should be thanking them, right? I mean, because they make your day so much better. Go get yourself a Crockett the Grape or a Butterscotch Panda. Chandler and I do not have signature drinks.
Did you see Angela has officially sent us a message saying, okay, we need to get you guys flavors.
I have not seen that message.
You need to submit your flavors, and we need to kind of start scheming and planning this out.
Wow, okay.
And let's
we need
be
to do it.
honest, she kind of called you guys on the carpet about this.
She absolutely
Whoa,
did.
she did. How did I not see this?
Oh,
She's like, I'm waiting on you, homeboys. She's like, you guys
is
need
that what
to.
it is?
Yeah, we're like, oh no.
Yeah, well, Crockett took the grape.
I know. You want a grape?
Maybe I could come up with some, we could call it a lime chunga.
Ooh.
Instead of a lime Ricky, it's a lime chunga.
Could be like a mojito kind of a thing.
A mojito kind of thing.
Ooh.
Angela, sister, let's see what we can do.
A little minty, something like that.
Chandler can come up with something as well.
I'll figure out something, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Quench It, 611 North, 400 East in Lehigh. Again, 611 North, 400 East in Lehigh. Quench It makes every day better. Go down there, see the kids. The kids are awesome. Angela's awesome. Everybody's awesome.
Yeah.
New Patreon, Patreon. That's patreon.com/Radio Ronin. Panda, do we have anything?
yes, we have an upgrade. So editing their investment from $50 to $50.99, we have the coolness, Parker Lewis.
Oh, the coolest, Parker Lewis.
Yeah. Coolness.
I am such a whore. I'll take that and love it.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely. Hey, thank you.
Thanks, man.
He had a birthday recently, so happy birthday to the coolness, and
such a good dude.
Hopefully we'll see you at the Ghost Hunt, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for. So
rad.
I'm really excited about this. Let's just put out a plug, shall we?
Sure. Yeah.
Ghost Hunt is coming up. If you're a goblin, this is we haven't been able to do it because of the pandemic. We were hoping to do it last year, didn't work out again because of the pandemic. So this is the first time we've been able to do this in a couple of years.
Yeah.
We're really excited. It's happening at Benson Grist Mill.
Yep.
Out in Tula.
In Thule.
And if you would like to go, if you're a goblin and you would like to go and bring a guest, go to the Patreon page, your Patreon page, patreon.com/Radio Ronin, and all the details are available to you there.
There you go.
Okay, so we've got stuff to talk about, especially with Patreon. We have a bonus episode coming out this week.
Oh, man. This one's cool.
So we didn't realize this. We're going to have to do this in 2 parts, I think.
Yeah, we have way too many. Yeah.
It is the Patreon bonus episode EVP special is what it is. So we brought in, good one.
See, I've been practicing, see?
Yeah. That just sounds like that sounds like I'm choking on something at Bacchanal.
Easy.
That's me trying to be scary. That really sounds like the Navajo tacos have kicked in
at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Okay. So no, we have a special EVP episode.
Yeah.
And we're super excited about it because we have a whole bunch of EVPs. It's a paranormal episode. EVPs that we've never played before.
Oh,
Panda
crazy.
had a bunch that I've never even heard before. Which is really, really cool. Right, Greg?
Yeah, now there's been a few that I've actually played on like past whenever we've done like EVP episodes, but then there was some of them were brand new ones that I even didn't realize that was there until I went back and listened to it again.
And the fun thing is we have a bunch of EVPs that we've never heard before, and they're EVPs of like Panda and I talking back and forth, and then I'm like, I've never even heard this, and it's in response to what Panda's saying or what I'm saying, and I was completely floored when we heard these. It was awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, really cool.
So much fun.
We've already recorded the episode. It should be out, I believe, tomorrow. As of Monday, if you're listening to this on Monday, the day the show came out.
Yep.
It would be on Tuesday. I think we're going to release that episode.
Nice.
So, it's available to you there. If you would like to become a Patreon investor, all you have to do, go to patreon.com/Radio Ronin. Yes, Panda, you look like you have something on your mind.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, and we definitely need to do a part 2 because I still have so many EVPs.
Oh, yeah. Well, big shout out to Castle, who was on the episode with us as well, and he submitted just like, folders and folders of EVPs for us to go through. So there needs to be a part 2 because we were completely freaked out in the studio doing this thing.
It's tough, right? Because you've got to tell the story. You can't just play the recording. You have to understand the context for it to mean anything.
Right.
So it takes a little bit of time, and we didn't even make it through a third of the stuff that we had.
Yeah, not even close.
Which was crazy. So we're really excited about this bonus episode. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Again, patreon.com/Radio Ronin. That'll be out this week tomorrow.
Yes,
again,
Tuesday.
if you're listening to this on Monday. Okay, so let's see. There's something else. Oh, I forgot. Panda, this is cool.
Okay.
This is we are going to do. We haven't done this at Halloween before. We're doing the Radio Ronin Spook Alley Social.
Yeah.
The Radio Ronin.
Yeah.
The Radio Ronin Spook Alley Special. I'm excited for this. This is you and Crockett and Chris too, our favorite English muffin, Chris too. You guys are going to be going to, where is this? At the Haunted Forest down in Utah County is where you're going.
Yeah, we're going to be going to the Haunted Forest on October 15th. And we're going to go down there to do some Ronin TV at the Haunted Forest, especially because our good English muffin, he's only been to one spook alley before. And I think
he doesn't. This is a new thing.
Yeah,
it didn't even really sound like it was a real spook alley though. What he was saying in the UK, you know what I mean? It was like their version of spook alley is way different than what we think.
Well, I think Chris told me that he got mugged once. And he said it was scarier than the spook alley.
Oh, yeah.
And when he said he got mugged, a drunk guy came up to him, tried to mug him, farted, fell down because he was so drunk. And while he was laying on the ground, Chris looked at him and said, "You've got to be kidding me." And then the guy called Chris a tosser and said he didn't want to mug him because he didn't look like he had enough money. And he would wait to mug someone. He would wait to mug someone who looked like they were more rich.
Oh, so Chris just like walks away defeated.
So not only was he quasi-mugged, the guy farted, fell over, and then insulted his socioeconomic standing.
Oh my God.
And he said that was scarier. Right? And that was scarier to him than the spook alley he went to.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So this will be cool. This will be really fun.
Yeah. Well, and what I want to do too is I want to throw out an invite to to the Ronin fam out there that if you want to come down and join us, you are more than welcome to, especially if you want to be on Ronin TV.
So, so you're going to get on Ronin TV. Just know that if you want to go be on Ronin TV and you want to go through a spook alley with Chris the Brit too, with Crockett, who now looks, we'll talk to Crockett a little bit later in the show.
He's later.
Yeah. And Greg, this is going to be a kick in the pants. I'm really excited for this. This is cool. And it's, when is it? October 15th? Is that when you're doing it?
Yeah, October 15th. We're going to meet out kind of by where the box office is at 8 p.m.
Oh, cool.
And now just be warned that the tickets are like $30. So
Okay. Yeah,
just
okay.
know that ahead of time when you're coming down. Bring money.
Good job, Panda.
I know.
Listen, you'd be surprised. I've actually taken people on trips, like Chunga cruises before, where they show up with no money.
You're
And they're like,
what are you doing?
We thought you were paying for everything.
What? No.
What? No. So that has happened.
Yeah.
Listen, just show up and have some fun with Chris and with Crockett and with Greg, and get on Ronin TV and have some good Halloween fun. So there it is, right there. It'll be October 15th, 8 p.m. The Haunted Forest in American Fork.
Nice.
We're doing something in Utah County because we don't do a lot of stuff down in Utah County. So if you're down there in that neck of the woods, show up and get on Ronin TV and be famous.
Hey-o.
Well, and you don't know how giddy Crockett was because he lives in Utah County. So he was just like,
oh, nice.
It's closer to me? Oh.
Nice. Imagine going through a spook alley with Santa Claus.
Oh, see that?
Exactly.
That'd be fun. That'd be so
cool.
much fun. And Greg is very cuddly. So
and Chris will be very scared.
I've gone through spook alleys with Greg, and we cuddle the whole time we go through the spook alleys.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a very good big spoon.
Yeah,
that Panda.
Although I think Chris will probably be hogging the cuddling because he'll be very scared.
Freaked out.
Yeah. All right. So that's let's see. That's October 15th. Please make a note of it. October 15th, Haunted Forest. And it's Panda, it's Chris too, and it's Crockett.
8 p.m.
Yeah, and I'll create an event page to put up in the Ronin Fam Facebook group.
Cool. Nice.
Just so that the information's there for whoever wants to join us.
It is
Sounds
the Radio
good.
Ronin Spook Alley Social.
Love that so much. Hey-o.
All righty. Well, listen, I know why you're all here. I know why you're all here.
Yes.
I know why you're listening to the radio. I know. It's time for a Chunga update.
All right.
So, in the last episode of Radio Ronin, I confessed I am not super tech savvy when it comes to TVs.
Yeah.
And I should be.
We're slower to upgrade on in that area.
We're media whores, the three of us. You would think that I would be at the cutting edge of whatever is cool and happening with TVs because that's how we are with audio stuff and headphones and guitars and everything else.
Yeah.
TVs, I really, really lag behind. The last time I bought a TV was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and it was an okay TV. It's not it was like an ultra high def or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It was nice, but it was starting to fail and was kind of crappy, and everything looked blue.
Yeah, everyone looked like a Smurf on it. It would just like slowly
Avatar.
turn blue.
They look like the Avatar people.
Right.
Imagine people like delivering the news and they look like the Avatar people, and that's what my TV looked like.
Yep.
So it was like, okay, it's time to get a new TV, and this time I'm going all out. I'm gonna buy a really, really nice TV with like an OLED and 4K and the whole thing. This is kind of a thing for me. The 4K TV looks a lot different.
It's a big upgrade.
A lot different.
Yeah.
But the people look different. Like the whole picture, like everything, the whole experience is different. It reminds me of watching PBS and Doctor Who when I was a little kid. When video first came out, and the resolution is different, and kind of the frame rates are different, and everything looks different. It's really kind of screwing me up. Is this a normal thing when you switch to 4K? I'm wondering if people. Do you have a 4K Panda? Do you have a 4K TV?
Yeah, I had actually switched to 4K quite some time ago. I've had.
I think everybody else
for
did
several years. Yeah, and there was a little bit of getting used to seeing movies or regular TV or whatever in that difference of the resolution.
Yeah, it's a trip. We watched Ghostbusters last night for the very first time on this 4K TV, and it was like watching a different movie.
Oh yeah,
it was like I was watching a completely different movie, and it was weird because I thought to myself, why didn't they do this years ago? And then I was like, they did.
They did.
I just haven't upgraded, but it is throwing me off. It's throwing me off really bad, almost to the point where I don't like it.
Yeah, I've noticed that, like, because we'll be watching like scary movies now, and we can see everything. You know what I mean? We're like rewatching like a lot of the Halloween movies and things like that, and it's like, they're not as scary because you can see everything in the shadows now.
Everything in the shadows. You can see. You have full resolution, and it looks so much more staged.
Yeah,
I can see, like, I don't know if this is because Chandler and I have a film background or what it is, but I can see the extras not doing good acting.
Yeah, standing
and
on their marks perfectly.
I can see the lighting that's kind of funky, and I can see when things aren't right, and it's kind of taking me out of the story and kind of throwing me off a little bit. And I'm wondering, does that happen with everybody when you first get 4K?
I'm sure it does.
Well, it really does. Like, it took me quite a while to kind of get used to that. And Chunga, you can change the resolution on your TV.
Can I make them all blue again?
No.
Can I take it back?
No, we don't want to take it back.
Can I go back to what I'm used to?
So the thing I love is, like, you and I sat down and we're like, okay, we got it all rigged up and we got it hooked up, and it took a long time. We thought like all the mounts would be the exact same. And so like after a day of fighting this thing, we're like,
and new HD HDMI cables.
Yeah, new 4K cables. And
I didn't realize you had to have any of that.
New optical cables for the soundbar, all that stuff. So you and I sit down like two little kids on Christmas morning and we binge watched the original Star Wars trilogy. Yeah. And we're like, this is like a new movie. And it was probably one of my favorite memories I've had this year of you and I just like going through and just binging.
It was really fun.
I can see up Luke's nose. I can see his nose.
No, it was actually very cool. And some stuff was cooler, and then other stuff was not, because it's clear
you're mad
that they're models. You know what I mean? It's very clear that those X-wings are not real. Yeah. I don't want to think that way. You know what I mean? I bring back the fuzziness because it looks better.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean?
Chunga, just wait until you can get an 8K TV. And then you're going to be even more screwed up.
Yeah,
it's they have those, but nobody's actually broadcasting anything. There's nothing actually that's converted to 8K yet, right?
As someone who works in the video space, 8K is a total gimmick, and
is it really?
They're just taking your money. Most movies are not shot in 8K. Most movies are not rendered in 8K. Like PlayStations and Amazon Fire Sticks and Roku TVs don't stream anything in 8K, so it's kind of like
there's 4K is the max.
There's a couple YouTube videos you can watch in 8K, and that's about it. So don't waste your money. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my phone actually has the ability to film in 8K, but I don't like the quality of it in 8K because it looks weird.
Yeah. It's so sharp, it feels fake.
Yeah, it does. And we'll talk about that in a minute, because your phone is actually Chandler's phone now.
Yeah. we'll get there in a minute.
Anyway, it's I know this is old guy stuff, right? This is old guy problems.
No.
And I'm well aware of this because I'm way lagging behind, and the 4K thing really is throwing me off.
Yeah.
And so my question is do you get used to it, or do you just drop the resolution back down? And drop it out of 4K, but you keep it, but it's still a really good picture. I'm not quite sure.
I'm sure you'll get used to it. My favorite thing though is that you refuse to watch TV with your glasses now.
Yeah,
because you're like, no, I like it to be blurry. I like it to be blurry.
It's taking, the 4K. I take off my glasses and it's back to HD.
Yes, I know. So you sit there without your glasses on. I'm like, no, put your damn glasses on. That's why we bought the TV.
No. And Chunga, is the reason why you like to watch it blurry is because, back when you're a kid and you're trying to watch the scrambled cable stations?
Yes. Yeah, HBO.
It reminds you of a
little bit.
Good old
and you're
times.
sitting with your face right next to the TV. Not that I ever did that. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, okay, it was just kind of a weird question because I'm so far behind the curve, right?
Yeah, on this thing.
Yeah.
The TV's massive. It's like the whole wall. And I feel like I can climb right into the TV and like cuddle up to Venkman. Anyway,
watch out though if you ever see a girl with her hair in her face climbing out of a well.
Truth.
Oh, hey,
and then
good
you
point.
got to turn that thing off.
I don't know that I'll watch that show. We tried playing Resident Evil: The Village, the new Resident Evil game, which is terrifying, by the way. Where Chandler and I are playing that, and on that screen with that sound, it's so mental. We had to turn it off.
I had to stop like 15 minutes. And I'm like, I can't do it. You can't do it. I'm not that manly. I just can't do it.
It's just too much. It didn't help that it was dark, but there was a scene in the original Star Wars where Grand Moff Tarkin is talking, and he's got his hair all slicked back, right? But a lot of his hair isn't slicked back, and so it looks like he's been holding on to one of those static balls. So he's got some hair that's like poking straight out on both sides, and you can see it so clearly in 4K. It's just ruining. I'm like, this is ruining everything. The 4K is ruining my life.
The magic of Star Wars.
I'm too damn old to enjoy. I've decided I'm too old to enjoy 4K, or maybe I just have to try and get used to it.
Just take the glasses off again.
it's a thing. And then the other thing is Armando has kicked our asses.
Oh,
the Halloween Wars is like
hands down.
I won't have anything up until we get back. We're on the road this week. I won't have anything done until we get back. His yard is so cool. It's beautiful. He stole our Inferno pumpkin.
Yep.
And it's up. And the Inferno pumpkin looks so badass. I'm so mad because now I'm not going to put it up. I just can't do it.
It's defeating. You're just like, we can't do it better than Armando. So it's like, well, what do we do? So now this box, by the way, it's like the size of like a VW bug.
Yeah.
It's just stuck in the garage and we don't know what to do with now at this point.
So now we've pivoted. And the stuff will be here. We've had to buy more stuff. We're now going Haunted Mansion theme. Now we have an animatronic Gravedigger and an animatronic Phantom Bride.
Yeah.
And we've got a bunch of headstones and purple lights and green lights because he's all orange and yellow because of the pumpkin that he stole. And now it's going to be now we're going to do a Haunted Mansion thing.
I love that he was putting it up as we were driving back from, I think we were down on the strip filming something, and we were like, hey, Armando, it looks good. He's like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? And I was like, okay. Thanks, man.
Well, and actually, this little kind of battle between you and Armando's got me a little bit worried, Chunga. Yeah. So now, back the very first Pandas movie shout out I ever did was a anthology series movie called Tales of Halloween.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
Right.
One of the vignettes is two neighbors who live across the street from each other, kind of battling out as to who's got the best decorations.
Yes.
Nice.
They end up getting into a fight and they both die.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Don't go dying on us, dude.
No, I'm way too lazy. It's gonna listen. It's gonna be great. Shout out to Armando and Leslie. They've got a beautiful Halloween display. It's really, really cool. Ours is we've got some stuff up, but not much.
Yeah,
because we had to buy everything. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine, and maybe we can get some pictures up so that we can show everybody Armando's house and our house.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd actually be way cool. Yeah.
Okay. So, by the way, can I just I want to give you a shout out if I can, Greg, because. I didn't. I'll just be honest. I didn't think this would ever come to fruition. I didn't think you were ever actually going to do this. People have been asking.
Yeah.
I thought it was such a big deal to do, and it was such a thing that it just wouldn't happen. People have been asking for this for a while, and that rumble has now become a yell where people want the list of every movie that you've done the shout outs for.
Yes.
They want a full list, which is like 100 and something movies.
106.
To be exact.
Holy cow.
106 movies that you shouted out. You actually created a list in order. So you went back through all the episodes and in order.
Yeah. They're not all in order because like when I've done a movie that has a sequel, I just put the sequel like right under that one.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
smart.
That makes sense.
That's
in
easier.
order except for the sequels.
Okay. I think everybody gets the idea, though,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they get the idea. And not only did you do the list of movies, but you actually included the trailers. So anybody who wants to see this, it's in the Radio Ronin Fam Facebook group. We should put it in our regular Facebook page if it's not.
Yeah,
already.
I'll do that. I'll make sure.
Let's make sure that we do that so that everybody can go through the list and get everything. And you're right. The first one that you did was about two guys that have Halloween wars, right? That was the...
that was just one of, there's like 10 different stories in that movie, all having to do with Halloween. And that was one of them. And that made me worried, dude, when you started talking about your battle. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to see it go that way, man.
That Inferno pumpkin was like $450 and it looks so cool.
Yeah, and then we can't use it.
Yeah, and now we can't use it. Like I'll have to wait to a different year or, maybe Armando has an accident. I'm just saying, I just don't know. Like, I have to wait. Oh. I'm kidding, obviously. I'm kidding. So, as far as you know. All right. Well, look, the movie list is now available.
There we go.
So, and we'll put it out everywhere. Let's put it on Instagram and everything.
I'll do it everywhere. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Big show.
All kinds of stuff to do. And it's just kind of like it's a grab bag of fun. That's what it is. So we got, here's... so much,
so painfully, dude.
I know. Right?
No, I was exuberant. What are you talking about? This is one of those shows. It's like a messy bedroom. I've said that before, but it really is. We've got so many different kind of odds and ends and things to talk about. It's hard to create a flow. Okay. Bad Meat Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Meat Friday is huge. And I am proud to announce a new winner, a new first-time winner. It was close.
By one vote. This person won by one vote.
By one vote. Ladies and gentlemen, the Butterscotch Panda, Greg Pascal, has won Bad Meat Friday.
For real?
He is the winner. Yes.
Yeah, you won, dude.
You won Bad Meat Friday.
Yeah.
Which one of the... I put up two because that's what I like to do is I put up two, but which one won?
It was your candy meme.
Yeah.
The different kinds of candy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were ahead the entire time. Nobody ever passed you.
No, a couple people
Really?
got close behind.
Couple
but
people. I was one of them. I
Yeah.
got close behind.
Yeah.
I think Chandler got pretty close.
Glenn Strong was one vote behind.
Oh, is that who he was? The one.
behind.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
man.
very close. But
Glenn,
Panda,
I'm sorry,
Panda
dude.
won.
I kind of posted that without intending to win.
Well, that's how it always goes, right?
Honestly, I don't care about winning. I just like putting up a couple fun things to do with horror or Halloween, and that's what I
And
do.
where's your Eye of the Tiger?
Yeah, no, you want to be
need
excited
your
that
eye-
you won.
You got to win.
Well,
we get to
no.
compete with everybody. We never get to compete with
I
everybody.
enjoy it when other people win. I like rooting for people and cheering them on. Like, I don't care if I win stuff.
Greg is the only underdog that will not root for the underdog when he is the underdog.
That's so perfect.
Greg, be happy. You won. You won
did it,
Bad Meat
dude. You
Friday,
did it.
man.
I am happy, and thank you for liking that post, everybody. but sorry, Glenn. You were
He just
so
feels
close.
bad.
I'm sure Glenn will win eventually.
Oh, yeah. His is pretty good,
Sure.
too. Yeah.
He's not sitting out there with a single tear rolling down his cheek as he's listening, on the way to work or whatever. He's not. At least I hope not. Glenn, I hope not. Now, see, now you're making me nuts,
Yeah, no,
Panda.
right?
I hope Glenn's okay.
Oh, man.
Actually, we had a lot of really good ones.
This week was pretty crazy. You guys got really creative on some of these.
Okay, so let's see here.
Congratulations, Panda, even though you don't want it, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was the most anticlimactic win I've ever heard.
I know.
Panda.
I don't know, man. I'm just like I appreciate winning, but at the same time, I feel bad for Glenn. He was so
It's like when
close.
someone sings happy birthday to you in third grade, Panda's just like, okay. Oh, man. I love
Bad
it.
Meat Friday is happening this Friday. Listen, we're going to be
Yes.
on the road. We're going to be, so we've been doing these things like we were talking about the Spook Alley Social. We've been doing meetups in Vegas. Now we've got meetups in Southern California,
Yep.
and then we've got the meetup in at the Social, and then we're going to do the T-shirt meetup and the ghost hunt and everything else. So we're just kind of all over the place. So we're going to be in Southern California with a bunch of Ronin next week.
Yes.
If you are in Southern California, if you're at Disneyland or if you're at any of these places, the fun touristy places, come over and say hi.
Yeah, send us a message.
There's
Yeah,
there's a
absolutely.
lot of you that are going to be down there, so we want to say hi to you and put you on Ronin TV if you want and all that kind of fun stuff.
Nice.
Okay, so coming up here in just a couple of minutes, Crockett's Guide to the Galaxy. Our old friend Jason Crockett is back.
Yeah.
He has been a very busy man.
He's still like a world tour. You know what I mean? He's been all over the place.
It's a lot of stuff that I don't understand, like country music.
Yeah.
And just stuff that he's doing. I'm like, what now? What are you doing? Okay, come on the show and talk about it because I don't get it. So we're gonna have him on in a second, but first I want to give a shout out to Chandler. Big shout out to the way cool Junior Chandler Smith. He has switched teams.
Well,
Chandler has switched teams. Congratulations. Our boy has swithed teams.
to the Android team.
Chandler,
not
let's
that
get some
team.
context
Chandler
to
switched
this
teams.
first.
So
Dad.
you don't know what a hard thing this is. So Greg and I
Yeah.
Greg and I have the same phone.
And Crockett, actually.
And
all
now
three
Crockett.
of you have the same phone.
And so now we got to convert Chris to our favorite English muffin, Chris to, and
he
Chandler.
needs a new phone. Yeah.
So Chandler has been complaining because his texts come in late to Greg and I because
very
Greg
true.
and I are on the same network doing the same phone thing. And so Chandler keeps getting his stuff late, and I said, "Well, you need to switch to Android." Never.
iMessage is king, I kept saying.
And then they did an update. They did this new iOS 16 thing that you hate.
I hate it. It basically, the thing is, I have a very large hand, and I like big phones. Do you know what I mean? And so with the new update, it puts all the notifications at the bottom where my big fat thumb rests, and I can't see text. And so I literally missed. When I traded my phone in, I had 100 unopened texts because like these
100?
you just lose them, because of the new update.
Wow.
And so everyone's upgrading to the new fancy iPhone, and their big push for Apple this year is a little bubble that kind of animates by your camera.
They've animated the notch, which may be the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Which you can do with a software update that has nothing to do with actual like a new phone or anything like that. And so keep in mind, I'm a diehard Apple fanboy. I have a Steve Jobs quote tattooed on my arm. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, and I'm like, I finally had enough. I'm like, I can't take it one more second. I finally snapped. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot for me to get that way. And I'm just like, screw this, screw Apple. I'm jumping ship. And can we go to T-Mobile?
He literally came over to me. He says, I have to make a call. And he ran upstairs to make a call. And then he came back downstairs. He goes, hey. I was like, huh? What are you doing? What am I doing? Well, I'm just watching some football. We're going to T-Mobile. Get your keys. I was like, okay.
I was like Clark Griswold. It's like, holy shit, where's the Tylenol? And I'm like, get the keys. We're out of here.
His mullet was all messy, and I was like, okay, you might want to grab a hat. And then off we went to T-Mobile. So now you're using an Android. Welcome to the dark side, my friend.
A Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is what all of us have now. Crockett, you, Panda, everyone has them, which is awesome. I love it so far. I can actually like read text messages, and when you send me a message, it doesn't take 3 minutes to come in. It just comes in immediately. So
it's a cool phone. It really is a cool phone. Most of the recent videos that we've shot on Ronin TV, they've been shot on my phone. I don't even take. We have this Canon camera that we take out. That's designed for vlogging.
It is, yeah.
It's called like the Canon G7X.
G7X Mark II is the Canon.
Wow, listen to that name, Panda.
Yeah.
The Canon G7X Mark II.
Yep, that's it.
Wow, that's impressive. We just use the phone now because the zoom is better, and it's honestly it looks just as good, and it's easier to do.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to film in Vegas casinos, so having a big vlogging camera, they get pissed.
You're getting a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited because we're going to Oogie Boogie and Disneyland, and I get to take this fancy new camera with like 100 times zoom on it. It's gonna be fun. I'm super excited. So thanks for helping me switch teams, boys.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I appreciate it.
It's gonna be fun. Now we can do some live streams from Disney. So if you've ever wondered what Oogie Boogie Bash is like and you haven't gone before, we're gonna be doing some live streams. So watch social media, watch the Ronin TV channel. It might be fun. If you're not doing anything, you're sitting on the can or something, it might be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so he's standing by. I'm really excited. We haven't talked to him it's been a couple of weeks. Yeah. Even though we talk every day, he's letting his beard grow in. Fall has arrived. Like most men in Utah, when fall comes, it's time for facial hair because of the deer hunt. Or something. I don't know.
What you do.
I'm not one of those guys. But he's letting his beard grow in for Santa. And he's getting ready. And not only that, he's been to like every show.
Pretty much.
So we thought, well, let's get him on. It's time for Crockett's Guide to the Galaxy. Our old pal Jason Crockett. Well, you're not kidding, man. That beard is looking really full. It's getting there.
I don't feel like a man, to be honest. I'm like, oh, hey.
No, me neither.
Yeah, right?
I don't feel like a man, even kind of. And I don't know that I ever will again. So, Crockett, how are you, man? Good to talk to you again.
Crockett!
It's Crockett's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. So,
I have been a busy dude the last few weeks.
Have you really? So, okay. So, run it for us. You've been to like 18 concerts, first of all.
It's a lot of. I officially, after that, the Korn concert, when I got home, I was just like, I got one more concert I'm still supposed to do. I'm like, I am so concerted out. I just need a break.
Yeah. So Korn, that's funny. Korn, I didn't know that they were still a thing. I got to be honest with you. So how was that? Were you looked at as like the weirdo in the crowd because you got the big gray Santa beard going and everything?
I honestly almost kind of fit in with some of the old chaps out there. So
did you?
It's an older crowd of Korn.
It's an older crowd.
It was actually an older crowd of Korn. So I'm probably still one of the older ones, but there were definitely some people looked like they're in their 40s, maybe 50s.
So that's interesting. So how was the show?
Evanescence was better than Korn, in my opinion.
Okay. Is that why you went? Was Evanescence? Is that why you were there?
Evanescence was the main reason why I went.
Yeah, all right.
So
she
absolutely rocked it.
If I wouldn't have been in Las Vegas at the time, I would have gone to that show with you just so that I could peep a little bit on Amy Lee.
She killed it.
Really?
Oh, she looked amazing. Yeah, she was great.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
That's a show. Korn and Evanescence
one
together.
One of the only times I've ever seen Greg starstruck. Actually, was with
Greg actually met her?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was in charge of the meet and greet back when I worked for the station. And I remember standing there waiting for, the band to come through. And when she came up to me, I'm like, I could not get words out. I'm like, you're beautiful.
Hey.
Hi.
You just drop down to one knee and then propose right there?
Yeah, right.
I should have. And she was wearing a Smurf shirt at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Actually, I remember it well. He fell to the ground, grabbed his ankles, and said, "Change me, mommy." So what other shows have you seen, Crockett? Have you seen a bunch of other ones?
So I prior to that, that's where I went to the Oak Ridge Boys and Scotty McCreery concert.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
I love that the pendulum just swings completely the other way.
I think that's cool.
That's my favorite thing ever.
It's great.
Right?
Yeah.
Oak Ridge Boys are now sounding more karaoke because they have a hard time hitting their notes now.
But hold on a second. Aren't they like 89 and 90 years old, most of them?
Two of them are 89. The guy with the great big beard is 83. And then the guy with the main lead vocals is in his 70s.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I mean that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, 70s isn't what it was, right?
Oh, look at Sammy Hagar. He's
he's in his 70s, and a lot of these guys are doing, a lot of the guys that we saw out here in Vegas were in their 60s, mid-60s, and 70s. So,
they're still
not really, I mean, that's not really what it was, but the fact that they're in their 80s and late 80s even, and they're still out gigging is pretty damn impressive. I got to tell you.
Yeah, the guy with the really deep voice, he's 89. The guy that does that really low hit.
But can he still do those notes, or is he just like, I'm standing in pee?
A lot of them were kind of standing in place. Some of them were sitting on chairs a lot.
Oh, were they really?
But hit those low notes, he hit them pretty good. So I was like, for what it was entertaining. And then the Scotty McCreery, I didn't really know much about him. I hurried and binged listened to him right before the show, and he actually put on a really, really good show. I was quite impressed.
I have to be honest. You sent me some texts, and I can't remember. I was on the road when you did this, and so I didn't. I
think you were in San Francisco. Yeah,
is that where I was? And you sent this thing, and you were like, "Yeah, Scotty, is it McCreery? McCreery. Scotty McCreery." And I went, I got to be honest with you, Crockett, I don't know who that is. I have no idea. Is he a country artist or a blues artist, or what does he do?
He's a country artist.
He's a younger kid, isn't he? He's, I think, in his 20s.
Yeah, he won. I think he won American Idol 11 years ago when he was 16.
Okay.
And so now he's mid 20s. And
he won American Idol?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
That's actually pretty cool.
Shows you how out of the loop I am.
Yeah, right.
I don't watch American Idol. I'm hoping that the information my wife fed me is correct. But she told me yes, he won American Idol when he was 16.
Hold on a second. Yeah. So you're taking this information, putting it on the show based on what your wife told you. You have no idea yourself.
He's a smart man.
I'm hoping I got the right information. So
I do the same thing on this show.
Hey, yeah. Okay. Well, and I've heard that name before, and I know that at some point he was involved with one of those singing shows. I just didn't know which.
Oh,
so
okay.
that kind of makes sense.
I gave up on that show after about 4 or 5 seasons. I was like, okay, it's the same thing over and over and over, and I'm like, I was done.
So the last one I watched, I think I've told this story before. The last one I watched was the one where the kid with the gray hair won, and it was the finale.
The train, wasn't he? Did he go like Soul Train or something like that?
No, he was. I don't know who he was, but he was some white kid, and he had gray hair.
Okay,
and
is he younger?
Everybody was. He had gray hair, so I don't know.
Soul Patrol or something like that. I thought he had a little funky nickname. So.
Soul Patrol.
Well, you might be right, but anyway. So the finale, I was traveling, and the finale was happening while I was at LAX.
Oh, nice.
And it was really early on in the run of American Idol, so there were all these people, and they were all piled up around TVs in the airport, right? And I had just gone to McDonald's on my concourse. And I'm standing there with a brand new fresh thing of fries. And I'm watching this thing, just watching the monitor, and I get a nudge on my elbow, like somebody nudges the side of my arm with their elbow. And I look over, and the guy says, "Hey, can I have some of those fries?" And it's Daryl from The Office. It's
No,
Craig.
wow.
Is it Craig Robinson?
I think that's, yeah.
It's Daryl.
Robinson, yeah.
He's trying to steal your fries?
He nudges me. He goes, "Hey, can I have some of them fries?" And so we were all very intense, right?
Uh-huh.
So I didn't say anything. I didn't acknowledge it at all. I just handed my fries over to him. Without speaking, I just moved my fries over to him because I didn't really know what to do. And he goes, "I'm Craig," and I went, "I know."
Yeah, that's like the peak of The Office at that point, right?
And he took the fries and he was just eating the fries, and then he just walked away at the end of American Idol. That was a bigger deal than American Idol, and I just didn't want to react because there was a whole bunch of people around, right?
Did he say thank you?
Yeah.
Did he at least like say, "Hey, thanks, man"?
Yeah. He at the end he was like, "Thanks for the fries," and he walked
And then off he went.
Yeah, and my extent of American Idol was I watched part of the first season, but it was only because some people, this was back when I was a good church-going boy and I was in a singles ward.
Yeah.
So they would have a watch party, and there was a couple girls that would go to the watch party that I'm like, I want to get to know them better. So I would show up and watch American Idol just for that.
And would you be excited for their candidates? Because you were trying to get in their pants?
I don't think, I never rooted for anybody in particular on the show.
Okay.
And I spent most of the show just kind of like trying to talk to them and stuff.
They're like, "Shut up, Panda.
Shut up, Greg.
I'm trying to listen to Paula Abdul
And Clay
her
Aiken.
intellectual thoughts."
Yeah.
And Clay Aiken, he's my man, Clay Aiken.
Oh, man.
So any other bands? I know you've seen a bunch. Were there any that stood out other than the one that we don't know?
So far this summer, I'd probably still say the funnest one was with Chris and Panda at going to Rob Zombie. That was probably the funnest one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a great show.
And then I would actually have to say I really enjoyed going to the New Kids concert. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, Shannon is so jealous.
Yeah.
She talks about that.
She mentioned it yesterday.
Yeah,
as a
she
matter of
did.
fact.
So we're hoping for a return thing. So the next concert I do have coming up is Carrie Underwood in November.
Yeah.
Again, Shannon's going to be pissed. I'm going to have to send her up there to go with you guys and do a Ronin episode or something. Okay,
man.
so the real reason we have you on, I mean, this is all great, right? Because I love that you're going to all these shows. And the other thing that I love is that they're just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, right.
Which is how music should be for people, right? I never understood the whole thing of I only listen to metal, or I only listen to alternative, or I only listen to dance, or whatever. I love that Crockett's styles are just kind of all over the place, because ours are too, and I think that's great. But the real reason we have you on, Crockett, is to talk about Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So the beard is coming in. It's starting to look you're starting to look like somebody that I don't know versus somebody that, well, let me rephrase that. You don't look like the guy that I know. You look like a different guy that I know that comes into our house and gives us toys. You're starting to look like, you're very much starting to look like Santa Claus.
Yes,
which I think is great.
It's starting to finally, I was getting a little nervous. I'm like, I can tell the growth has slowed down a little bit, so I was starting to get a little nervous.
Okay, really?
So many questions there that I'm just going to move on. So anyway, here's the thing. For kids that are listening right now, Crockett is one of Santa's helpers.
He is, yeah.
For the children that are listening, for the young ones that are listening right now, this is how it works. Santa is one dude and obviously can't be in all places all the time. Right? And so Santa Claus has these special people to go out as Santa Claus to help him out during the Christmas time.
Exactly, yeah.
And you're one of those people, right, Crockett? You get to go out and you get to take on the role of Santa Claus because Santa can't be everywhere, correct? And
exactly, and it's a lot of fun.
Do you do this all over the place, right?
I'll do in people's homes, so for private parties and stuff like that. I've done them for church parties. Okay. But my main thing is for the last 2 years, I've been at the Living Planet Aquarium there in Draper here in Utah.
So you're the Santa Claus for Living Planet Aquarium.
Yeah, and they've already agreed. I think we're coming to terms for this season already. So
a good friend of mine runs that thing, man. Justin Kelbaka, who I've known for 30 years. I've known that guy.
Oh, nice.
10-year Disney employee, did great at Disney, and now he's running the Living Planet Aquarium.
Definitely does have kind of a Disney vibe there when you go. I had to do a lot of work there for my big boy job, my old big boy job, and it's awesome. So I would love to see Crockett be the Santa there. You know how cool that would be?
So it was funny when they bought it would be, it would be very cool. And secondly, when they bought the U2 stage, I went, Kilbaka right there.
Oh,
that's
really?
He had to have been the guy behind that.
And I sit directly underneath that. That is where I've been the last 2 years. I directly in the dab smack middle of that.
So what do they do to kind of Christmas that thing up? Do they put some tinsel on it, or what do they do?
What they've done the last couple of years is they they make it more for kids.
Okay.
So
a couple jingle bells here.
And then they just
like a giant U2 stage.
Looks like a big spider.
But on the U2 stage, they do a light show. And so they'll start playing like Trans-Siberian Orchestra or something like that. And then the lights just start flashing all over the place. And,
nice.
And I'm sitting there trying to talk to kids with that blaring music going the whole time.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So are you there every day or how often are you there?
Last year I was probably there 5 to 6 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Holy
So you're the main guy there. Then.
Yeah,
I think I only missed three total days last year.
Wow.
I had to have some subs for those.
For everyone listening, if you want a really special Santa Claus experience, that's where you want to take your kids. Like I remember going to the Southtown Mall. This was my last Christmas there before I moved, and admittedly it was in the pandemic, right? But they had. I remember going to Valley Fair Mall, and they had some Mexican dressed up like the Grinch.
Oh,
and he was like, "Hey, you better be naughty," which I didn't get at all.
And all the Latino kids were like shrieking in terror.
They were terrified.
They hated it. Like
they hated it.
It was the worst. They were freaking out.
I don't know what Valley Fair Mall was thinking. And then we went to Southtown Mall on the same day, and the Southtown Santa was sitting there kind of like a dead plant. He was just kind of sitting there with a face mask on, and he was sweaty, and he didn't look well.
Oil can.
And I remember thinking to myself, boy, we've got to find a new place for Santa. So if you want to go and get a really good Santa experience for your kids, take them to Living Planet. Right?
Hey, there you go.
We take really great pictures. Everybody will have people there hold your phone, take a picture for you. But I mean, I don't do the typical sit on Santa's lap. I just go right into the group and I put my arms around everybody.
Oh, nice.
We just get pictures.
Nice.
I'm kind of I'll start flashing the peace signs, and I'm like,
you're like,
he's hood Santa.
Hey, Valley Fair would probably want you. I'm guessing.
It's just a lot of fun. I engage more.
Crockett, take it easy on which side of your fingers that you're doing your peace sign on.
That's true for the Europeans.
Our British friends, that's like giving the finger.
Yeah, the Brits, they'll take it the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this starts the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday, right? Living Planet?
Yeah,
is that when it starts? Okay.
That's when it started last year. So I'm assuming they're just going to do a lot of the same that they did last year.
Okay, so
I know they're trying to improve it every year, but I'm assuming it's all going to be about the same.
Okay, well, nice. Awesome. So a word of advice, if I may. A word of advice for Crockett.
Yeah.
Start the beard earlier next year. It's looking great.
Oh, it does look really good.
But it is growing slower, right? So you've still got 2 more months to go. I think you're okay.
We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot of work to be able to do that. I know that takes forever.
Yeah, no kidding.
The thing is I don't want to be a 365 day a year beard. When it gets this size, I really start to get itchy, and then it's growing into my ears, and I'm constantly pulling it out of my mouth, and it just.
So in those times, I hate my facial hair. Hate it. And it's horrible when facial hair becomes like the trend for guys, because I can't think of anything worse. And I've had to grow my beard out a couple of different times for film work, right? Different shoots that I'm on. And one of which was with Chandler.
Yeah, it was.
And it's miserable. So I salute you. I don't know how you're doing it. I couldn't do it.
Here's the thing. You can rock a beard though. Like,
thank you.
It fits you very well. But like, I love that I'm this kind of guy that like I have no idea what you guys are talking about, because I'm 26 and I barely even have like 5 hairs on my upper lip. So I'll get there one day, boys. I'll get there one day.
You're looking more like a character from King of the Hill.
No kidding. Seriously.
All right. Well, Crockett, thanks for checking in, man. So the Santa stuff starts the day after Thanksgiving, appropriately so. Living Planet Aquarium. Whoa, what is that?
Oh, what is that? Dude.
So you bought a new Funko Pop. Look at that. Crockett in his man cave. By the way, he's sitting in his man cave. That is glorious, Crockett.
What is that?
He's sitting in his Dallas Cowboys man cave. By the way, remember when I told you the Raiders were going to win the Super Bowl? Remember that?
I say the Cowboys will win every year, and I don't know why I say it. It'll never happen.
Yeah,
Right.
If they don't win, it's Sunday. We're recording this Sunday, early Sunday morning, because Crockett's got to go to church. That's got to be interesting, by the way. Are they like? Do they know you're Santa, or do they think you're like like you're
half
cosplaying?
Half the ward knows. Yeah,
half the ward knows.
Half of them do.
Okay, so anyway, so what is the you bought yourself a Crockett Funko Pop? Am I looking at it the right way?
So yeah, Crockett Funko Pop. I know it's coming in backwards on the
Sonny,
picture.
you got a Sonny Crockett Funko Pop.
I don't know many people that can actually find a Funko Pop like with their name on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually very
rare.
cool.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, that's
so I'm like, I don't dare take that one out of the box. I'm like, I could take it out and put it up, but then nobody knows it says Crockett on it. So I got to leave it in the box.
It's got to stay in the box. So here's the thing. Are Funko Pops still a thing, or have they gone the way of the Beanie Baby?
They have, I think they have picked up, because I think when you get on like Amazon and stuff like that, everybody's trying to get them signed and sold. So that's kind of like the new, I kind of almost want to compare it to like a Beanie Baby phase, where everybody wanted them. I think Funko Pop phase is really starting to kick in.
Oh, so it's just started, because I think they're multiplying in this house. I have never actually bought a Funko Pop, and I've got like 40 of them in this house.
I've got like 10.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, when I was working in Hollywood, they have an actual like Funko Pop pop-up shop on Hollywood Boulevard, and you walk in and it's just like walls of like all these Funko Pops, and they have like 12-foot high.
I know
ones.
where that's at. It's across from Grauman's.
It is right across from Grauman's.
The Chinese theater.
And it just barely opened, and it's massive every single day now. So I think they are kind of picking up steam, which is fun.
Yeah, big line outside all the time. Well, that's funny. I thought they were kind of going away, but the Funko Pops are still a deal. That's still happening.
Yeah. Well, and I've only ever bought 2 of them, and it's Charlie Brown and Linus Van Pelt are the
nice.
ones I've ever bought.
Yeah.
I do have another one that I was actually gifted, which is an Ozzy Osbourne Funko Pop.
Oh, there you go.
Which is pretty rad.
Yeah.
Nice. All 3 of them are sitting in front of me right now.
Are they really? Oh, that's cool.
There you go. Awesome. Okay, lastly, Crockett, before we let you go, man, I heard it. Oh, is that Ozzy right there, Greg? He just lifted it up.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, it looks just like Crockett's, except it has a hat.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really all it is like different clothing makes it different.
The same head and like a hat. And I'm supposed to know that's Ozzy. Okay. All right. That works. That's fine. Okay. So lastly, Crockett, I know that you sent me a story. I'm going to pretend like I don't know.
Right.
But I thought this story was adorable. And I think you need to tell it. You know which one I'm talking about? It's a little kid came up to you.
Yes, I was at, now I got to try to remember. I just remember I was standing in line at a store, and the mom and son was in front of me, and the boy just started tugging on mom's jacket, saying, "Mom, look, it's Santa Claus." So,
nice.
Oh, what?
Nice.
And I'm like, hey, keep being good. You're doing great. So you just, as soon as you hear it, you just go right into character. As soon as you know that's how you're being portrayed, go right into it.
You know, with Crockett, I never know. Like, if Crockett's going to, like, tweak his nipples and flick his tongue in and out, and, you know, I ain't Santa Kid.
Gotta get that mustache curl
look at that.
going.
Oh, look at that. That is crazy when you do that.
Wow, cool.
That changes the whole beard. Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
He's gone from an Oak Ridge boy to Santa, just doing that. That is amazing. That's very cool.
Oh, that's
Crockett,
amazing.
Hey, listen, we love you, man. This is very cool.
I got one more thing, Chunga. One more thing real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Just for upcoming, me and my daughter are flying to Atlanta in November to go do the Stranger Things experience.
Oh, no way.
Oh, cool.
So I think I know what this is. They basically take you around to all the filming locations, right? Is that how that works?
We're going to pull up the maps. So we're going to go hit all those on our own. But the Stranger Things experience is actually kind of like you go in and create your own Stranger Things little episode. You go in there and you set things up. They give you lines. You kind of do the little...
nice.
What? I looked at it, and it's just like really cool. My daughter came to me, and she was just like, "Dad, if I'm willing to pay for it, would you go with me?"
Wow.
That's cool.
Pay for it.
Like, hey, free trip. Yeah, sure, kid.
And guess Dad's going to pay for most of it. That's
All right, there you go. As you should know. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so Crockett, are you going to play the role of 11?
I guess I could. I got that shaved head. I'm more of a Matthew Modine.
Halfway there.
I should be more Matthew Modine, but
Papa? You're gonna be Papa?
I could see him as Papa.
Papa.
With that beard, you're like great Papa. Is what you are. That's awesome. Well, okay, so
something in the future that's coming we can talk about. So.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's awesome.
Listen, that's very cool. I can't wait to hear all about it. So you're gonna have to you definitely come back on. When are you doing this?
That will be November 2nd through the 5th.
Oh, sweet.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's coming right
So
up. Okay,
it's
we've
not-
got to come back
it's
on and tell
coming
us all
right up.
about it.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, Crockett's Guide to the Galaxy. There he is, our old friend Jason Crockett. Well done, mate.
Thank you,
Merry
guys.
Christmas. Bye, Santa.
Happy Halloween.
Is it me or did he seem a little bit more mellow? I think the beard is mellowing him out a little bit.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's getting a little more into that Santa vibe.
You
He
have to be-
seemed a little bit more regal.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, he's definitely more regal. Yeah.
Yeah, where
Or he's just exhausted from the Oak Ridge Boys and he's just a little sleepy.
I had this uncontrollable urge to sit on his lap.
Yeah. Get over here right now.
Crockett, sit down. Yeah. All right. So we've got a lot of stuff.
Man.
We barely started the show. It's a big show today. So
is.
before we go any further, we've got Chunkable shout outs coming up. We're talking about Andor coming up. We're reviewing Andor here in just a couple of minutes. We also have Headline D&D coming up and another one of Greg's Halloween movie shout-outs.
Nice.
Before we go any further, though, we want to say thank you to our mighty Radio Ronin producers. Thank you to each and every one of you for your support of this show. Again, if you'd like to join our Patreon family, it's Patreon/Radio Ronin, patreon.com/Radio Ronin.
There you go.
Every one of these fine folks is at $20 a month until I say otherwise.
Nice.
Official producers, these are the guys that send in stuff for Headline D&D.
Yeah.
They give us stuff to talk about. It gets immediate priority. Thank you to accentdoors.co. Don't let the big box stores charge you more for what's in style. Come see us and let us save you money, $20 a month. Thank you very much to accentdoors.co. Speaking of thanks, Angela Plotz.
Hey,
thank you, Angela Plotz.
Yeah.
For being a Radio Ronin producer. Ash, by the way, happy birthday, Ash. Did
Yeah,
Ash
happy
have a
birthday, dude.
Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Ash.
happy birthday, dude.
My dear friend Ash Jenkins. Tasty like a raindrop. Ash, tasty like a raindrop Jenkins.
Ooh, what is that? Ooh, what is that from?
Ash, tasty like a raindrop. I want to say it's the Candyman. from Sammy Davis Jr., but I could be wrong. I'll have to, we can't look it up for 2 weeks. That's the rule. Okay, Brian and Angela Bass, thank you. CastlePhotoArt.com. Speaking of which, Castle is on our bonus episode, our EVP episode.
Yes.
CastlePhotoArt.com, infringing on Gavin Holmgren's good name with a blatant campaign of false advertising.
And it's true.
Chaz Hill, Chaz Hip, thank you, gents. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Communism is a red herring. Patrick and Alicia Rhodes. Oh, I know what that. Oh man, I'm so mad because I know what this is. Communism is a red herring.
Oh.
I know
Pat
this
and Alicia
quote
Rhodes.
from somewhere.
Yeah, I know the quote too, but I can't remember
It's
the
just
movie.
not-
Their quotes are awesome. Pat and Alicia Rhodes. Gavin Holmgren, Sun Bad, Sun Scary.
I love that movie.
The Benchwarmers. Thank you, Gavin. Let's see. I want the last check I write to bounce.
Yeah.
Saul from Ocean's 12. I believe Ocean's 12. Jared Holmgren. I saw him sitting in a tractor with a Radio Ronin shirt the other day, and he looked just as happy as could be, and I was envious.
Oh man, I love following the Holmgrens because it's a whole different world, and I learned so much from these guys.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating.
They have a damn good life.
They really do, and they're
They have
hard
a damn
workers.
good life.
Yeah.
Grandpa Nyman. I see a lot of posts about Grandpa Nyman,
Yeah.
and he looked like he was a good dude too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jared. Jeff Baird of JollyHolidayShows.com. Jeff Baird of Baird Manor. I would assume, Jeff, that the Halloween performances at your house have started.
Yeah, you got a message from Rich the other day saying that he was there
out there.
and
Rich
watching
was
part
out
of it.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
Let us know, man.
Jennifer Stoddard. Thank you, Jennifer Stoddard. Jennifer Kilkowski. Thank you to Jennifer Kilkowski.
Yeah, Jennifer, I got your message and thank you so much for the kind words and you're awesome.
What did she say? Was she nice?
Just a
What
very
did she say?
complimentary. Yeah, yes, she was being very, very nice and just thanking us
Jennifer
for the show.
Kilkowski was very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate it.
Well, that's a first.
Right?
I'm totally kidding.
She's the best.
She's like the nicest person ever.
I know, we love her so much.
Jennifer
Thank you.
Kilkowski.
Yeah.
Jeremy Big Sexy Adams. Thank you, Jeremy Big
Yeah.
Sexy with 3 X's. Jordan L. Miller. Ah.
You just leave it
Just
there.
Bob.
You just leave it there? Okay.
Wow.
Just Bob. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Justin and Courtney Bolander. Thank you, guys. Carl Parkinson. Thank you, Carl. Hope you and the missus are doing well. Christine Davidson. Thank you, Christine Davidson. Lady Terry A. Finley. Maybe Terry needs something different. Because I just did that for dude.
Oh yeah, you gotta switch it up. Yeah.
Marcos Lopez of the Life Tech and Sundry podcast, Life Tech and Sundry podcast on YouTube. So thank you, Mr. Chill.
Thanks, man.
In New York. Max Power is at 681 sneezes for the year so far.
He's holding steady. He has had big jumps. Yeah.
I think the allergies have dried out a little bit. So Max Power at 681 sneezes. Nameless Henchman. Thank you, Nameless Henchman. Nate, it was sweltering. You know that heat where your underwear sweats and it crawls up the. Anyway, it's hot, okay? That's from The Burbs.
Oh, is it The Burbs?
The Burbs. I said Neighbors at one point. I got it wrong. It's The Burbs.
Oh, that's close enough, though.
With and I believe
I need to revisit The Burbs because I actually haven't seen that movie in several years. And about the only line I really, truly remember from that movie is, Satan is good. Satan is great.
What? And I don't even remember that. You know, come to think of it, maybe I'm confused between The Neighbors and The Burbs. I need to watch it. I need to go back and watch
movies.
Yeah. Okay. Next up. Now give me a kiss and say goodnight. No tongues, Mrs. Robinson.
Is that Tom Brady kissing his kid on the massage table? Is that what that was?
Well, I missed that.
Oh, you haven't seen this video of Tom Brady? So, no, that's a real thing. He's like, they're doing like a sports special, like behind the scenes, and he's like laid out on this massage table, and his kid's like, Dad, can I play with the iPad? And he's like, yeah, sure, but you gotta give me a kiss before. And so his kid leans in, he goes, no longer, and he makes his kid kiss him for like a solid like 7 seconds.
And he's like,
yeah, Panda, you've seen it, right? It's awful.
I have not seen it, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, no,
because I refuse to watch it. Yeah, that's
nasty. Tom Brady.
See, this is Tom Brady. He should have just retired.
No, right?
Seriously. Everything's going wrong. He should have just walked away. Okay, Shauna Ellman out there in Palm Springs. Thank you, Shauna Ellman. Snooty and Slackjaw's Restaurant Review. Thank you, dudes. Tito Delgado of the Unified Fire Department. He's the only guy I know named Tito, and it's not even his real name.
Tito.
That's just what they call him. He's a good dude, and I'm very grateful that he's a Patreon investor. Thanks, man. Tracy Wilson.
Hey,
I hope you're good, Trey. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Patrick S., thank you very much. At 2001, he's our first super producer, Patrick S. Proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge. I saw Tanya's daughter in her Walt Disney World uniform. She looked fantastic.
So much fun.
That's really exciting. Very cool. 2001. Nancy Tanner at 2006, thank you. Tim, the original Bad Mean Friday champion, Hemingway. Vote for me, president of the Ronin Fam Spanish Fork chapter. He has a wide domain. Because he gets Springville, he gets Mapleton, he gets...
the man has a lot of land.
He's got a lot of land.
Yeah, down there.
He controls a lot of land. He's one of the 7 houses, apparently, in Utah. The Game of Thrones. Let's see. Best-selling author Joanna Reeder. Oh, by the way, Tim's at 2020. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man.
Best-selling author Joanna Reeder at 2021. Blissful Shores, right in Cambria, also at 2021. Thank you. Former opera singer Annie with Sam and Lincoln.
Hey-o.
Brava! Brava!
Oh, hey.
That's what you say at the opera.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
I auditioned for Kenny Ortega, the High School Musical guy.
Uh-huh.
I auditioned for Kenny Ortega a couple of times, and both times when I did my audition, one of which I booked, and then they changed the role. He stood up at the end of my audition and went, Brava! It's just him and me in the room.
What?
He stood up, Brava! Brava! And I was like...
Like,
I didn't know what to do.
It sounds like an Irish dude yelling brother to
no,
you.
He stood up. Kenny Ortega said, Brava! And I was like, what did I do? I don't know what I did wrong. So now anytime somebody does something, Brava! I I don't know what it means.
So crazy.
Yeah.
It's so...
Tell me about it. All I could do was just... I didn't know what else to do. Alrighty, there you go.
Yeah.
I lost my place. Oh, here we go. Okay, I know I'm back now. Cheddar, Tater Tot, Loki, and Norbert she's adding to the family.
Hey!
That's Stacy Schreiber.
A new animal. That's awesome.
Kentucky, yeah. Griffin D. Holmgren, 2022. Thank you very much, Griffin
thanks,
D.
man.
Holmgren. Solar Powered Susie, I think she's going to be part of the Ronin invasion of Southern California.
Whoa.
I think we're gonna run into Susie. I hope we're going to run into Susie.
That would be awesome,
yeah.
That would be very cool if we could. Nicole sitting in the Sin Bin Hale at 2029. Alan Smithy. Alan Smithy at $21 a month.
Nice, thank you.
Alan Smithy, thank you very much.
I know who that is.
Who is that?
It's actually Tom Jessup.
Is that Tom
is
Jessup?
it? Oh,
so
cool.
I know a guy. I have a friend named Alan Smithy, and I was like, "Did Alan become a new?
What?
Did Alan become a new Patreon person? Because I know an Alan Smithy. He's very good. He's a very good man. 8 kids.
Oh wow.
Wow. So this is why. So Alan Smithy, what is the significance of this then, Panda? What is the? Is this a character of his or what?
You know,
he's a
I'm
playwright.
not 100% sure. I just know it's Tom Jessup.
Okay.
Nice, cool.
All right. Well, I'm
Thanks, Tom.
confused.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having a stroke because I have a friend named Alan Smithy.
What is going on?
I'm telling you, the devil gypped me for a hamburger. That's Ellen. I'm telling you, the devil gypped me for a hamburger. Now we're at 2 weeks. I think we can now answer this. Or is this one new?
I think this one is new. I
have not heard this one before.
Shout out to Ellen. She's in Seattle right now and enjoying all the Fraserland, as she was saying to me on
is that
Instagram.
what she says?
Yeah, she's like, I'm in Fraserland. I was like, yes.
Sweet. She's at what's she? $21 a month. Thank you, Ellen. Daniel Dean at $21.20. Not quite normal at $22.10. Thank you, friends.
Yeah.
She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know, I read that. She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know, I read it in a magazine. That's a lyric.
Oh, that's definitely a lyric.
That's a lyric, and I should know this. This is Andrea Adair, our friend, our buddy, Andrea Adair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a Motley Crue
man,
lyric.
it's gonna drive me
I think
crazy.
it is. I think it might be Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a mohair. She's got a mohair suit. She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know, I read it in a magazine. $22
Nice, okay.
a month. That's going to drive me
Well
insane.
done, yeah.
Going to drive me nuts. See it on the Small Screen Podcast with Becky and what's his name? That's her husband. By the way, episode 17 is out now.
Nice.
$22.23 per month. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the maniacs, to the loonies and the ding dong. Some would say that we're the crazy ones at $24 a month.
Can that just be the motto for this show? Can that just be like
it should be.
Yeah, right.
Even though the quote is wrong. Jared, chilling in Brazil, Thurston. Thank you, Jerem, at $24.88 a month. This episode's closing Patreon. He changed it.
He did switch it.
He changed it. He changed. I'm so excited about this. This episode's closing Patreon supporter is Elder Joel T. Jenkins. Our benediction will then be offered by Elder BS Panda. $24.99 a month. Closing it out, Joel Jenkins. Well done,
played, sir. Well
yeah, that's awesome. Well done, man.
Oh man.
Okay, Chunga Bowl shout
in
outs.
heaven,
What?
bless us this day. I'm giving the
Stop
benediction.
it. No, quit. Oh, I see. Quit it. We're going to get smoked.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Chunga Bowl shout outs.
Yeah.
The last Chunga Bowl shout out we did was pretty good.
It was a fun
pretty
one.
Cool. It was
Yeah.
favorite haunted houses. What's your favorite haunted house of all time? Did we have a consensus? Do you know? Can we read some of these and see what everybody's saying?
We had a lot of people actually say the same one, which is a haunted house I've never actually heard of. So I wanted to kind of ask you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was let me see here. The Haunted Village. I saw
The Haunted Village.
Have you guys been to the Haunted Village?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, everyone was like, Haunted Village is the best. And I was like, I don't know that one. Yeah, I think it's down in Provo.
The Haunted Village?
The Haunted Village.
Okay, so somebody's got to. Oh, by the way, a lot of you said, I want to clear something up before we go any further. A lot of you said the mental institution down in Utah County. When they used to do the Spook Alley in the insane asylum in Provo.
Yes.
And people love to go down there, and it was a big deal. And some people are saying, I heard a rumor that Chunga got that shut down. I heard that Chunga got it shut down. So I want to clear this rumor up once and for all. I want to make sure that everybody understands this very, very clearly, because a lot of you think I got this place shut down. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me clear it up. Yes, I did get it shut down.
Okay.
I all the way got it shut down.
Okay.
It wasn't intended. Now, some people think that I did it intentionally. I didn't. So here's how it happened.
What's the story? I haven't heard this before.
Well, the reason it happened, it's pretty legit. So I was doing the radio show. This is back during the 107.5 The End days.
Okay.
And as I'm doing the radio show, I said, yeah, there's a bunch of really scary haunted houses that are around, and then there's the one down in Utah County where they use all of the crazy people. And again, it's like, keep in mind, this was like 1997 or 98 or something like. It was a really long time ago, and people were not as politically correct as they are now. Thank heavens. And I said, yeah, that's where they use all of the inmates. So they've got real crazy people that are doing the thing. And we had a caller call in and say, I know, that's why I love it. I said, yeah, that's why they promote it that way. They promote it a certain way that it's like, we use real crazy people in our haunted houses because they were. So when I stepped up and said that on the radio, that they were actually using that in their marketing, which they were, they then recoiled And that was like one of those cancel culture things where they're like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you
Even
say
though
that
they
we're
were.
promoting? And I gave them case after case. I'm like, here's this article, here's this article, here's this news story. You are definitely using this to your advantage to make money. Well, we're doing it because it helps them. So you're
still
acknowledging
using
what
it,
I'm
though.
saying.
Yeah.
You are using this a certain way. And they were forced into kind of a corner because they tried to push back on it. And then they shut it down because they knew they were doing it.
Oh, wow.
And then when everybody started looking at it a certain way, they caved and they shut it down.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to shut it down. I wasn't trying to shut it down. All I did was point out the fact that they were intentionally
capitalizing on people who are
mentally compromised.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And I feel kind of bad because I was talking to people after the fact and they were like, well, the inmates, they really love doing it, which I have no doubt. I didn't want to get it shut down, but I want to be very clear. I absolutely got it shut down. Though not intended, it was my fault.
So the haunted village that I got that wrong. It's actually the haunted castle, which is the insane asylum down in Utah County.
Oh, so it was a haunted
This is
castle.
what it's called. Yeah, and that's what everyone's like. That one was the best.
The other problem is that there was this wives' tale that one of the inmates got loose. He was in a jail scene and he got loose and he ran around and he started biting people. And so I talked about that wives' tale. I don't know if there was any truth to that. In fact, I said it on the show that it was a wives' tale that he somehow got loose and started like biting people on the arm and stuff like that. And it became a thing. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, I noticed too, though, like there are people that are saying haunted village in Provo, but also haunted castle. I think it might have like changed at some point. Yeah. Like who knows? Like that's the way those go sometimes. Sometimes you'll get some, they'll open up for like 2 seasons and then they disappear because they're just not making money.
Right. Huh. Let's see here. Jake LaFirth says the haunted ski lift up at Sundance. If you don't have a fear of heights, it's still creepy to be suspended 50 feet above the ground with a cold night air and jump scares looming around. This was my go-to date spot. Do you remember this?
Yes, I had to talk to you about that.
This was a place that the Sundance ski lift. That's romantic.
I said, Chandler, why does every first date have to be the Sundance ski lift?
The girls loved it.
Can you maybe change it up a little bit?
No, it's spooky. It's spooky season. Come on. Right. It's not like the Applebee's. Do you know what I mean?
We're going to Applebee's.
I got to step it up a little bit.
Right. Okay. So anyway, Panda, do we have any more?
Yeah, Michael Karchner says, the one I remember the most scaring me was the March of Dimes Spook Alley. I was just in junior high and remember being invited by Ricky Workman to go with him. In those days, not now, of course, the cast members were allowed to touch people, and I just remember being wrapped in the arms of a witch.
Ooh.
So, turning around and slapping her and then running.
I'm wondering which March of Dimes haunted house he's talking about, because the March of Dimes had control of the Haunted Old Mill for a while. Then they gave up the Haunted Old Mill and that went to the Heart Association. And then they moved to a place on State Street by where Showbiz was. It's where it's on 47th and State in Murray.
Okay.
And the place was this massive black building, and it had this Gothic tower on the outside in the parking lot. And the building was called Paramount Laundry. So it was this massive industrial laundry place.
Oh, okay.
Where they would do like hospital gowns and they would do hotels and they would do all that
bed sheets and things like that.
Yeah, like a lot of heavy duty laundry. And the Paramount Laundry building was terrifying because it was this black kind of monolithic building and they had this massive skull on the outside of it. And that was the very first haunted house I ever went to was the Paramount Laundry March of Dimes haunted house.
Yeah.
And every time I drove by there, even as a grown-up, long after they'd torn the building down, the tower was still there.
Oh, really?
And I had the best memories ever. The very first haunted house, I was petrified. I think I was 8. I think I was 8 or 9 and was so scared. And then wrote a report in school and got an A. And it's like the only time I got an A in grade school. And I just loved it. I loved the Paramount Laundry haunted house. I wonder if that's the same one the Karch is talking about.
That could be, yeah. Oh, that sounds awesome. Big shout out to Krista Windsor saying, I love the Universal Studios back in the day. I think they used to call it Universal House of Horrors before it was the
Halloween Horror Nights.
Before Halloween Horror Nights. And this is what we're thinking about doing this.
It's just so damn much money and you don't have enough time. That's a problem I have with it. It do. I don't know if we'll do it or not. I think it's too much money.
You have to buy a fast pass because like you get maybe one attraction in. It's kind of a nightmare. So we're like,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that was a fun one though. That was awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so that's Panda. Do you have any more that you want to read, or are we good?
Yeah, I think we're good. I mean, go read them, of course, on all the socials.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
There were a bunch for Alien Encounters, which you talked about, Greg. And forgive me, oh crap, I can't remember who it was. A lovely young lady said that it was her dad that ran Alien Encounters with his brother or something like that.
What? Really?
And he ran it.
Oh, that's sick.
That old Victorian, the Sandy Crotch house and the old morgue. That was awesome.
Man.
That was really fun.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
a lot of Rocky Point ones up there as well.
If you're asking me, I think the big three, maybe the big four in the history of Utah would be the Haunted Old Mill, the March of Dimes Haunted House on State Street. Not when they moved it. They moved it to some industrial complex and then it wasn't good anymore.
Oh, okay.
But the one on State Street, I would say Asylum 49 and Rocky Point, definitely. Rocky Point. I mean, that's,
Utah's pretty prime for this stuff.
They do Halloween the right way. So we have one here in Vegas. We have one here in Vegas that's been copied around the country.
Yeah.
It's called Freakling Brothers. In fact, it was copied in Utah. Freakling Brothers is really, really interesting because it's super scary. Like, it's legit. They have 3 different haunted houses at Freakling Brothers that you can pay to go through with varying degrees of fright.
Yes.
Yeah. And they have one called Coven 13. It was actually, I think it was featured on Ghost Adventures.
They did do an episode on it, yeah.
They have one called Coven 13, which is straight up, it's straight up like Satanism.
Yes.
And that's how Vegas does it, where they have satanic symbols everywhere.
Goat heads everywhere.
They have goat heads. They have a bunch of like Satan worship going on, like legit Satan worship going on inside.
Oh, wow.
They have like a guy who's like the biggest satanic worshiper in Vegas that runs it as part of Freakling Brothers.
They go all out. It's terrifying.
Why anyone would want to go in that is beyond me.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the guy's got satanic tattoos all over his arms and everything, and I'm just like, even for Vegas, this is weird.
Well, then they go to Ghost Adventures, guys. They're like, I think we have a problem here. It's
Yeah,
no shit. What do you think you're doing?
They went to
you idiot.
Aaron and Zach, and they're like, we have a problem. And they're like,
Yeah, no
why
kidding.
are you doing this? But the other ones are fun. I don't know
they are, yeah.
In fact, Panda, maybe we may have to get you down here at some point and see if we can't maybe go over to Freakling Brothers and see if you're brave enough to go in Coven 13.
Oh, man.
I'm not.
I'm not. Yeah, no way.
I'm telling you right now,
No
I'm
way
not
in
brave
hell.
enough to do that.
I'd do it.
Yeah, you would do it?
Yeah, I'd do it.
By yourself? Because I'm not going with you.
Yeah, no, I'd totally go through it by myself because none of them are going to want to mess with me.
Not with the Panda.
Just take a nap in the corner like he always does. Yeah.
He would just be like, I'm bored.
out. See you guys.
Bored. All right. Anyway, so thank you to all of you who contributed. Another Chunga poll is coming your way on Thursday.
Nice.
All right. Moving right along, Andor.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Greg, I'm in a pickle. I'm in a pickle with you, Panda, because I don't want to talk about this and ruin it for you, but this is one that I definitely think you need to start watching now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I honestly don't mind spoilers, so feel free to talk away about it. I'll eventually see it.
So a lot of people, justifiably so. I mean, this is what we love, right?
Oh,
This is our stuff. They've been reaching out to us saying, "Are you watching Andor?" The answer is yes. That's why we bought our TV.
It is, yeah.
Honestly, because I heard tell that Andor was actually going to be really, really good. And
you didn't want Andor to look like a Smurf. So like, here we go.
It's just like, exactly. But the thing is that we want to. This is a spoiler thing. Let's do Andor with spoilers. We're talking Andor spoilers.
Spoilers. There we go. The first 3 episodes, by the way.
We've seen all 3 of them multiple times now. Here is my review. Is it good? Hell yes, it's good.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
I love it. Yeah.
It is very different from Star Wars that they did that intentionally.
Yeah.
It's in the Star Wars universe. You have no doubt that, well, actually you do there's not a lot of Star Wars that you see in the first couple of episodes.
To me, it's very much like the approach that they took with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, where it's like, it's Star Wars, but you're not hit in the face that, this is Star Wars branded, this is Star Wars branded. And I think that's what they meant, because we talked about it on the last show, where there's not going to be a lot of fan service. You're just following a good story.
There's no
that's
stormtroopers
in a Star Wars world.
There are no stormtroopers. There is no Empire, Greg. The Empire is only mentioned in passing.
Yet. Yeah,
Okay.
that could change.
There's been no stormtroopers yet. You have not seen the Empire. You've only heard reference to the Empire. The bad guys in Andor so far are corporate security officers.
Yes.
And the corporate security officers say that we are the way it's set up really quick for those of you who haven't seen it. if you're listening through the spoilers anyway, there are certain zones on certain planets where you can't go into these cities unless you're an employee.
Yes.
Oh,
You can't go into this district. Imagine Daybreak. Okay, Daybreak. You can't enter Daybreak unless you're an employee of Daybreak. Does that make sense? So
And they're
they have
very
this in
strict
Andor,
about it. Yeah.
and they have this weird class system, and so you've got a lot of blue collar people working there, including Andor and Cassian Andor. And these corporate security guys have been told by the Empire, you are the front line of the Empire. You have to relay everything that you see to the Empire. So you haven't seen any stormtroopers yet. They're kind of this phantom menace, no pun intended, that's kind of in the background that you haven't seen yet.
Right.
And Cassian Andor hates them, and he hates the Empire. But that's really all you know. He's got some friends. He's not part of the rebellion. He's not working for the rebellion. He hasn't been. He's just this guy who hates the oppression of the security guard. So the series, Greg, so that you know, this series is, like I said, it's way different. It's almost Blade Runner-esque at this point.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool. It is very dark, and it puts you right in the gutter of the Star Wars universe. Like you've never seen before. You're in the gutter of Star Wars. The Jedi are some sort of myth somewhere. They're
They
like
don't
knights.
even mention anything
They don't
with
mention
the Jedi
any of
once.
this stuff.
Yeah.
You are in.
Not even once.
It's not like a farm boy from Tatooine. You're in the slime pits of an industrial world. That, like, even in Solo, they tried to do this and didn't do it like this.
Yeah, this is dark.
Okay.
Like, this is like
Yeah.
Miami Vice. You feel kind of slimy kind of stuff. The movie opens up with Cassian, or the series opens up with Cassian Andor going into a brothel. That should give you a clue. Here it is on, and he's wanting to talk to a hooker, basically. And a hooker comes up to him and says, you know, hey, how can I help you? You're here. It's not a busy night. This is a great night for you to be here. And he starts asking questions. And he says, I'm looking for
His sister. Yeah.
He
goes, "I'm looking for my
doesn't say it's his sister. I'm looking for a woman from this particular planet. And she's like, why are you asking this? Who are you? And she starts getting jumpy. He says, it's my sister. And he's like, she's from this planet? He says, yeah. And she's like, well, I don't know. You need to leave right now. So apparently this planet, this sets up a bunch of flashbacks. Because they came from a planet. Imagine like the people in the Amazon that exist today that don't know technology. They have their own language. They don't see technology. They don't know what an airplane looks like. That kind of stuff. That's where Andor came from.
Right. Yeah.
Was from this planet that the Empire started to mine for its resources. And there was something. I don't want to give it all away, but Andor was taken from this planet by two people that were salvaging a wrecked Imperial ship.
It's pretty cool.
They were like the Empire, there were a Republic ship at the time, a crashed Republic ship, and they're like, they're going to kill this kid. We have to take him. So these two people take Andor off world, and he gets separated from his tribe and his family and his sister and everything else because a lot of the other ones were killed. And you can just go see, so that's where it kicks off, is Andor in a brothel looking for his sister.
Yeah.
And the movie or the series starts from there. So it's really dark. It's really intense. I will say that the guy that plays Andor, what's his name?
Diego Luna.
Diego Luna. Thank you. Diego Luna is better than anyone I have ever seen on film ever. He's the best I have ever seen in anything at looking stressed and not being an actor and quote unquote acting stressed.
You feel tense the entire time watching this dude.
You know, when you see an actor acting stressed, they look stressed. Well, Andor is a character that is very stressed, trying to be not stressed. Yeah, and he pulls it off flawlessly.
Brilliant. Yeah.
He's brilliant. This guy, Diego Luna, is one of the best actors I think I've ever seen.
Yeah,
he's really, really good.
And he's constantly put in situations where he has to do bad things for a greater cause. And you can see in his face where he's just like, damn it. All right, okay, hold on. I have to do this. I'm moving on to the next thing. And you can tell he's just like stressed, but he's got a bigger objective. And that's all just by his facial expression. He's not saying any of this. That's not dialogue. Do you know what I mean?
And again, it's a Star Wars thing.
Amazing.
It kind of fixes the hand shot first thing. I don't know if you noticed this. I noticed this. The Han Solo shot first, where he shoots Greedo in the cantina in the first Star Wars. Diego Luna shoots an unarmed dude who's on his knees. He shoots him right in the face.
Yeah.
That's how the series opens.
You're like, damn, okay.
He shoots a guy These guys are harassing him. They see him in the brothel, and he's leaving the brothel. They start harassing him, but because he's doing stuff that he can't be caught doing, he has to hide his movements and where he's at.
Yep.
So he shoots an unarmed guy who's on his knees pleading for his life. He shoots him right in the face.
Yeah.
And that really sets the tone for what this series is. I think that scene right there sets the whole tone for what this is going to be. It's a very dark series.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's slower. So keep in mind, like that scene that we're talking about is maybe like the first 5-10 minutes of the first episode. And then the rest of episode 1 and 2, not a lot happens, but I think that was very intentional where it's like, hey, we're not the Book of Boba Fett. We're not going to have twirly dance moves while we're shooting and a motorbike with 18 mirrors on it. That's not what we're doing here. And it was very smart that they released 3 episodes at once, because episode 3 is just an all out just gunfight. That's awesome. Do you know what I mean? So they were very smart. I think it's very much the Rogue One feel, which I was really hoping this thing would have. It absolutely has.
So again, directed by the guy who did the Born Legacy. Yeah. It's very intense. I don't know that it is even for kids. Can I be honest? I think it's okay for kids to watch it, but I don't think it's targeted at kids. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
You're okay if your kids watch it, other than you see. You don't see anything weird in the brothel. In fact, it's not even sexual.
2 other characters make out, which you don't really see in Star Wars. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
And then you have Andor who kills a guy unarmed point blank.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just dark. And that's why I'm saying that kids may not understand it. I think that's the biggest thing is that kids won't understand it. And then they bring in Stellan Skarsgård, who's been in Hunt for Red October. He was in Ronin, great movie. He was in, he played Bootstraps Bill in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And he's a recruiter for the rebellion. He's a spy for the rebellion. And he shows up to recruit Cassian Andor.
Yeah.
That's why he's there, is to try and get Cassian Andor to join the rebellion
as a spy.
As a spy, which he hasn't done yet, and it gives a completely different feel to the rebellion.
Oh, it's
a
so
totally
cool.
different vibe.
Yeah,
it's really cool. If you are still listening because of the spoilers and if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a totally different thing. It's very intense. And I think you'll be surprised by it.
Yeah,
it's really good.
The gunfights, you feel the gunfights. You know what I mean? With Star Wars, everyone makes fun of the stormtroopers like shooting like crap. Like, no, this is like, it feels like not like John Wick, but it feels like a Bourne movie where the gunfights are very intentional. They're very like, oh, this is super dangerous what these guys are in. I can't wait. I'm freaking out for this series.
Case in point, Panda, the 2 guys that are harassing Andor when he leaves the brothel, the first one is killed by mistake. He gets shot while they're kind of wrestling, and the gun goes off and he gets killed by mistake. So
and then Cassian's like, oh, I can't have a witness.
I can't have a witness to this, so that's why he shoots the other guy.
Yeah, so nuts.
Chandler, you know why you could feel the gunfight?
The new TV?
4K.
Yeah, dude, 4K.
It's 4K.
Yeah,
it's weird. So anyway, Andor's awesome.
I love it. I'm so happy.
So
with it
far, so good. Where they completely just shit the bed on Obi-Wan and on
Book of Boba Fett.
It's very, very refreshing to have somebody who knows what they're doing come out and do a good job with it.
Yeah.
So it's great so far.
Yeah, I'm so happy with it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Okay, so let's see. Headline D&D. We got to switch. We have to switch gears. It's time for Headline D&D.
Let's do it.
Headline D&D. Here's how this works. You submit stories. We don't read them.
No.
You read them, you send them to us, we don't read them. We put them in a big spreadsheet, and then we have a Dungeons & Dragons die. That's why we call it Headline D&D. In the D&D world, we have a D10, which is a 10-sided die. So every week, we have 8 stories and a 10-sided die.
Yes.
One is a good number, one is a bad number. The good number is number 10. If we roll a 10... we do 4 stories instead of 3 stories, and the bad number no longer counts.
Exactly.
The bad number is number 1. That's a critical miss in the world of D&D, which means bad things happen to your character. Here, if we roll a 1, Headline D&D is over.
Oh, boo!
Completely over.
Boo!
So if you would like to submit a story, we have lots and lots of stories being submitted now. If you have a story that you would like to have submitted to Headline D&D, super simple. You just send it to Chandler at RadioRonin.com.
Nice and easy.
Chandler at RadioRonin.com. Chandler. You'd be surprised how many people get Chandler wrong.
Chulor. Chandy.
Yeah.
Cameron. I gotta call Cameron one. Yeah, it's a thing.
Chandler at RadioRonin.com. Okay.
There
all
we
right.
go.
Let's do this. So,
awesome.
All right, here we go.
Big buddy. 3.
3. This comes from Eric Harrison.
Nice.
Hey, thanks, Eric Harrison.
Thanks,
Let's
man.
see. Thanks for sending in this story. This comes from 8 News Now, live, local now. It's Las Vegas. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's CBS 8. is
Oh,
what it
nice.
is.
Okay.
Speeding woman on cocaine kills driver high on meth.
Oh, this was everywhere in town.
It was all over the news.
This was all over the place.
This is in North Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yep.
Big shock.
Yep.
A speeding woman is accused of driving under the influence of cocaine and alcohol when she crashed into another car, killing the driver who was under the influence of meth.
Wow.
Damn.
Summer Butler, age 37, faces charges of DUI resulting in death, reckless driving, and being in possession of a controlled substance in connection with the fatal crash in January. Court docs said. Okay, yeah. On January 14th, North Las Vegas police reported a two-car crash near Cheyenne Avenue and Civic Center Drive. Police said a car was making a U-turn in a center lane, causing the front of another car, which Butler was driving, to collide with it. The driver and the passenger in the car were both ejected from the vehicle immediately. Ooh. Yikes. Butler's car traveled about 150 feet before it stopped in some landscaping. We call it zero-scaping.
Yes, we do.
Police said all three people involved were taken to the hospital where, while there, Butler was, quote, acting erratic and had to be sedated by a medical staff. While a trauma paramedic was attending to Butler's injuries, a small baggie containing a white substance fell out of the left side of her bra.
Okay.
Welcome to North Vegas.
I'm surprised she was wearing one.
Yeah, honestly.
We're kidding.
Nearly 2 weeks after the crash, blood tests confirmed that Butler had cocaine and cannabinoids.
Oh, weed.
Cannabinoids.
the weeds.
Cannabinoids.
Yeah.
Cannabinoids. I don't know. The blood draw also found Butler had an alcohol level of 0.102.
Damn.
Which is significantly above the legal limit.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. There's a picture over there, looking
Let's see.
very drunk. She's like,
yeah.
I didn't do it. The victim who died in the crash had a blood alcohol level of more than 3 times the legal limit. The person also had a substantial amount of meth in their system.
Yeah. Wow.
Data from Butler's car showed she was traveling at 70 miles per hour just seconds before the collision. Well, there you go.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Eric.
That's
Harrison.
a spicy one. Holy cow.
Thanks for bringing us all down.
Yeah, no kidding. There we go.
I'm only kidding, Eric.
Big money. 6.
6. Nicole, Chris 2, and Eric Parker.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people submitted this one.
So this is, it's Nicolette. I'm sorry, Nicolette. I called you Nicole. It's okay. I've called Panda Crockett like 4 times today. Nicolette. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Wow. I don't even know. Right now, you guys are laughing because I'm seeing the title.
So many people submitted it.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm just going to say it, right? Yeah. We're not one of those shows. We just say it.
Yeah.
Dildos and lube seemingly scattered across an interstate after a truck crash in Oklahoma. A rollover. Yeah, it's a rollover crash on I-40 in Oklahoma set social media afire. Set it ablaze. Social media on Wednesday after one of the trucks involved in the crash appeared to drop its load of dildos and lube onto the roadway. Helicopter footage published to YouTube by Oklahoma News 9 on Wednesday shows what appears to be a box of sex toys. Boxes of sex toys and tubes of lube scattered all over the roadway near Mustang Road just outside of Oklahoma City following the crash. No injuries, thankfully, were reported. The video above, you can hear News 9 chopper Jim Pilot, News 9 chopper pilot Jim Gardner, thank you, steer around describing what appears to be the truck's contents as the camera zooms in. Wow. So it's another thing. It's like, hey, thanks for checking in, Flip. It's the News Now chopper. We are over the roadway, Oklahoma roadway, and it appears that we have a lot of we've got a lot of dicks in different colors scattered all over the road, and it's slippery.
Oh, man. This is the greatest story ever.
Right now, the only person who's not shocked by this is Tommy Lee.
Yeah,
no. He's the only one that's not shocked by this.
Is there a separate story of a flock of Karens heading towards the area?
I don't want these. I don't need these. I'm just in the area.
A flock of Karens?
I'm not interested in this. Braxton, get out and get mommy one of those things. Braxton, get out of your car and get mommy a couple of those things. The black ones. Get the black ones.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Don't get the black ones.
Oh my God. I'm dying.
Anyway, while police have officially
Holy crap.
not officially confirmed the contents of the truck, the reports of the crash occurred near a major adult product focused distribution hub.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's
Was not expecting that in the headline D&D.
That's my favorite
No
story of
kidding.
this year. That one's
Thanks, I think.
thanks to everyone who submitted that one.
Yeah.
So many. All right,
Wow.
here we go. Big money, big money, big money. Oh.
What?
There's a 1.
Oh, no.
You kidding me?
Are you really?
Yeah. Do I?
That's it.
Are you f***ing kidding me? You rolled a
pissed.
f***ing 1, you
I know.
asshole.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
You know Panda gets very upset.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's the
You roll
dice.
a
I hate when we get the 1s.
He doesn't like ones.
It's
Yeah, well, Chandler, here's a 1 for you. For
And up comes the middle
of
finger.
course, can't see what
It's
I'm
not my
doing. I'm
fault.
raising the middle finger.
He hates one so bad he doesn't even carry pennies. That's how bad he hates
Panda's
ones.
scared of ones. Wow.
My goodness gracious. Okay, well, that's the
At
end
least
of
we ended on that one. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Panda's summertime movie shout-out is coming up. Coming up in just a
Sorry,
second.
Panda.
First, we want to say thank you to our mighty Radio Ronin Goblins. We're going to see you guys very soon at the Goblin Ghost Hunt. Very
Yeah.
excited about that.
Yeah.
Bring a guest. We can't wait to see you all. It's going to be a good time. Go to patreon.com/Radio Ronin for your details if you haven't done so yet.
Nice. There
Okay.
we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty. So everyone's going to be $50 a month. So these are goblins, the tip of the spear. $50 a month until I say otherwise. So starting us off, we have Amy B. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, thanks, Amy.
You owe her an angel dog.
Angel
this week.
dog.
Yeah, it's coming this
Angel
week.
Dog this week, Amy.
Yeah. We have Angel. We have Brian Booth and Ben Booth, the Badger Man. I'm a naughty big man.
I'm a naughty big man.
Yeah.
Don't muck with it.
We have Daybreak Aesthetics. We have Gina and Janae Green. Thank
Yes.
you, ladies.
Ladies.
Her Royal Highness, which is Jessica Terry. Thank you, Jessica. We have Jody College. Oh, we have Kosher and Halal are back from the dead. Mwahahaha.
What?
Yeah, that's Jill and Nicolette.
What?
Anya. Woo.
So there's this place, and it's in Caesars. It's in the Forum Shops, and it's called like Halal's Place. or
Halal's
something.
Place, I think is what
Halal's
it is.
Place. We have to go eat there. We have to take Jill and Nicolette there.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's like
To
a little
go eat
food
there.
court kind of
It's
thing.
in a food court thing.
Yeah. Also at $50 a month, we have Skyla. Thank you, man.
Skyla!
We have
He
Taylor.
likes his gin. I saw it on Facebook.
There's a very
Man
large
after my
conversation
own
about.
heart.
Yeah, see?
right. Let's see. We also have Taylor Casper. Thank you, man. And our newest goblin, Vivian Mortensen. Woohoo!
Viv.
Thank you, Viv. Yeah.
Thank you, Viv.
Our first super goblin at 5001 is Cindy, Queen of Bash. Thank you,
Yep.
Cindy.
I'm really bummed because Cindy's like, hey, I'm coming to Vegas. Let's hang out. And I was like, can you come to Disneyland? Come to Disneyland.
Same with Brian too. Brian asked too. I was like, oh,
Brian,
dude, I'm so
did.
sorry.
Brian Booth.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
We're
I'm
in
coming to Vegas to
Disneyland.
hang out. We're like,
sorry.
we're not here.
Yeah,
sorry.
I feel bad. Our newest upgrade here at $50.99, the Coolness, Parker Lewis. Thank
Hey,
you,
Parker,
man.
thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, coolness.
At $51 a month, we have Ben Pearson of Pearson Remodeling. We finish basements, and they do a great
He
job.
does a really good job. I've never said this before, but Ben Pearson did my parents' house.
He did, yeah.
He remodeled my parents' house, and I didn't know it until not that long ago.
Yeah. At $51.11, we have Mata Lords.
It's Marta. Oh, Mappa. Ooh. I can't get my voice out. I'm doing the Oak Ridge voice.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Marta. My heart's on fire. Hey, Marta. Mappa. I can't get it down.
Well, yeah, that's a very deep bass voice.
They're not hanging low enough.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I think
very
Marta would
deep.
be proud of that one. That was.
No, I can't do it. I could be the other guy with the Hall & Oates mustache. Does he still have the Hall & Oates mustache? The higher pitch guy that sings.
Crockett, let
Hey,
us know.
Marta. I'm sorry, Marta. That was it.
That sounds like a didgeridoo again.
No, the didgeridoo was better. That was terrible. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do Scotty McQuearty, but
McQuearty?
but I don't know what he's. I don't. What is this?
McQuearry.
McQuarry.
Yeah. Which isn't much better, to be honest.
McQuarty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
McCready.
Yeah, McCready.
Is it McCready?
No, it's McQuarrie. McQuarrie.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Panda knows. He would know. You don't know.
No, I do know. All right. Picking back up here at 5150, we have the American badass himself, Lane Hilton.
Yeah, thank you,
dude.
Lane.
Thank you,
the Unified Fire Department, thank you very much, the American badass.
Yeah.
Captain Lane Hilton to you.
Thanks, man. At 5225, we have Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. At 5230, we have Lord and Lady Snoffingham. They're surviving the heat down in St. Jeezy. Yeah.
Yep.
At 5555, we have St. Shannon West, which I think, is she home from
She's finally
her
home.
grand tour that she did?
Yeah, she's finally
That
home.
was awesome, yeah.
And let us know if Madison, if she got her, or Maddie. I don't know what I'm supposed to call her, damn it. Is it Madison or is it Maddie?
It's both, yeah, Maddie.
It's Maddie.
Yeah.
Let us know if Maddie got her ghost hunting gear that we recommend.
Maybe getting a
Will
spare
ya?
box.
Yeah.
What? At 5775, we have So We Noticed with Ian and Angela. These two are
Great
just,
show.
Yeah,
It's an awesome show.
insane.
Go listen to
show.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 5777, we have the golden voice himself, Ken Kruger. He's participating in the mullet growing contest
Is
with
he
me.
coming to the ghost hunt?
He is coming to the ghost hunt. Yeah, he is
It'll be
confirmed.
interesting to have a man of faith at the ghost hunt.
Yeah, I know. Should be actually really interesting.
Will it work? Maybe it's like all the everything's just gonna run.
Yeah.
He'll be like Flynn and Tron Legacy.
Just a perfect bubble around him of
And it's just all the
happiness.
spirits run away.
Yeah, exactly. At $60 a month, we have King Richard himself.
He's fine. He's doing fine.
One of the greatest men I will ever know, this guy.
He's good, too.
Also at $60 a month, we have Phil Quinchit. Its monthly special drinks are also delicious and awesome. Don't miss them, Johnson.
Phil Johnson.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks, man. We got to get our flavors in.
Thank you, Phil Johnson.
Yeah, thank
Yep,
you, man.
Absolutely.
At 60:07, we have Dr. Steve McKiff of McKiff Dental. Longest hour of my life. What? I'm running away with your wife.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ocean's 11.
Such a great
scene.
line. At 62:22, we have Master Jedi Brent and Chris the Brit 2.
The twos are back.
They put the twos back in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, friends.
At $65 a month, we have Poltergeisty, which is Guy Stones, the legend himself. Thank you, man. At $70.50, we have Greg West, who's not insane and is not
Very
fighting
good
with
looking.
Adidas.
He's very
like,
good looking.
like the other Kanye.
Can we just, because Kanye West changed his name to Yee.
Yee.
Can we change Greg West's name to Wee?
With a W? Okay. Or can we do a G?
just call him
G.
Gee?
Yeah, because it's
Or
Greg.
Giwi?
Okay. Giwi?
I'm trying to make it more street.
I like Giwi.
Wee.
Wee.
All right, let us know, Greg.
That
you,
is a-
you can do it however you want to do it.
Solid rapper name right there.
Yep.
At $80 a month, we have I saw it when I saw it. Is that better, Panda?
No.
You
No, that was
totally
terrible.
goofed that up. I saw
was
what I
terrible.
saw when I saw it.
I saw what I saw when I saw it.
No. We just have to watch the movie. I
Yeah,
saw what I
you
saw
do.
when I saw it.
I did it high, and then Panda made fun of me last time.
No, you did it wrong.
Shut up,
Well,
Panda.
because you were trying to do Three Stooges when it's
I don't
not
know.
Three Stooges.
It's not the three. It's not even close. It's a totally different kind of slapstick.
Yeah, I mean, and they say that line is said throughout the movie at least 6 times.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, now I feel bad about myself. Thank you, Panda.
And has been parodied. Shame. I'm piling on. Shame.
You're pointing at your...
Shame.
Okay. I'm just going to stand here with my new phone and read about Andre's mom and accentdoors.co. Officially sponsor the 5 days a week Rona campaign. Woo!
Yeah,
At
thank you, Andre's mom.
$100 a month, might I add.
Andre's mom has got it going on.
It's insane. Thank you so much. Also, at $100 a month, we have John at Radio Ronin is the bomb.com. Dude, thank you. Thank you for all the
John
years.
Kennedy,
Thank you for
our good
everything.
friend John Kennedy.
Yeah, at $105.75, we have Denise Godzilla Huntsaker. I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah, Jesse the Body.
That one's good.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Is that the guy? Did he suffocate himself? Is that Jesse Ventura?
No, that was David Carradine.
Oh, David
totally
Carradine?
different. Yeah, that's,
Okay.
Yeah, totally different deal.
Far different.
We were watching Rip Tracks with David
people at all,
Carradine.
man.
Jesse the Body Ventura was, I believe,
he was in a different Rip Tracks that we watched.
He was a Navy SEAL.
That's right.
And I think he was a Navy SEAL. Then he became a pro wrestler.
Oh yeah.
And he was a pro wrestler, and then he was an actor, and then he was a governor. And how he was able to this is here's the thing about Jesse the Body. Okay, this should be a living, now not breathing, formerly living, now not breathing testament to all of you who are paying attention that you can be a complete dolt and still do amazing things in your life.
Yeah.
He's done everything.
Because this guy Jesse the Body Ventura was a moron. And he still somehow managed
Did
to
all
do
of this?
all these amazing things.
Really? Oh, okay, that's
Yep.
awesome. Let's see. You're picking back up at 110.77. We have. I've never felt so good before. This empty place inside of me is filling up. I simply cannot get enough. That's Adam. That's Adam Huntsaker.
To me, it sounds like something Dracula would say. I don't know.
I've never felt so good before. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Like he's drinking some blood, and now he feels good. I don't know what it's from, Adam.
That's so good.
I can't figure it out.
At 111.11, we have Just a Girl Jean Marie.
Sorry
Thank
at the
you
U
for
game.
everything.
I didn't see her at the U game. She was at the U game
Oh, cool.
with her awesome family, and I tried to make the U sign out of emojis.
Oh, did you? Did it work?
No. It didn't go well.
It did not work.
Yeah.
At $120 a month, we have Semper Fi to Radio Ronin. That's Darren Phillips, the Marine.
The mighty Darren Phillips.
Dude, thank you.
Thanks, man. And fellow T-ville resident, as I understand it. I think he's from T-ville.
Also, we have at $150 a month, we have Steven Spank Murray of Red Rock Heating and Cooling.
Yep.
This dude and his beard, man.
Yeah,
I don't feel like a man around
so,
him.
Darren, let me know. I know he's from T-ville, but I don't know if he still lives in T-ville. It's like me. I'm from T-ville. I'll always be T-ville.
Oh, yeah, T-ville life?
T-ville, like West Side, best side, man.
Yeah, right?
Best side. That's right.
And then at $350 a month, we have Keep It Rolling, You Glorious Bastards. That's anonymous.
Anonymous.
You know who you are. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then wrapping us up here at $351 a month, we have the evil twin, Queen of Quench, Angela, who's very proud of her.
Yep.
You know, she's my evil auntie, so she's very proud of me for switching sides. I will say that. Yep. She's like, yeah, you did it, kid.
Yeah, she's very. Yeah, I think she's coming down to see us.
Oh, is she?
I think Ian and Angela and I think Tara Allred.
Yeah, and Andrea and Adam.
Andrea, Adam, Ian, Angela, Tara. They're all coming down in October.
Yeah.
At some point in October. So let me know if there's for the Elton John show.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
so we're gonna go have some fun.
The evil twin is actually going to be joining us on the Greg's Guide to New Music Halloween episode.
Oh, she is. That's right.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that. All right, so if you would like to become a Radio Ronin Goblin, all you do, patreon.com/Radio Ronin. And some of you have asked. I think somebody asked you, Chandler, if I become a goblin now, can I go to the ghost hunt?
Yes.
Sure.
Huh?
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not weird like that. If you want to become a goblin, you can bring you and a guest to the ghost hunt, you're good to go.
Come on in, yeah.
Okay, so it's time.
Oh, yeah.
This has become a very popular little segment that we have here on the show. People are trying to watch every single movie, hence that's why they want the list from earlier in the episode, right?
That's a lot of movies to watch.
It's a lot of movies. I'm proud to say, Panda, I've done most of them.
Nice.
Yeah, we've done pretty good.
There's a couple of weird Norwegian ones that I haven't seen.
Yeah, I remember those ones.
But other than those,
I do remember those.
I think I'm doing pretty good. We just watched Trick or Treat a couple of weeks ago, which was great. And now we've got a new one this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we do. So for this episode's Panda's Halloween movie shout out, this one comes from 2006 and it's called Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh,
okay. So I haven't seen this one.
I've never seen this one.
I'm familiar with it, but I know it's weird. I know a bunch of people that are huge fanboys of this film. I haven't seen it, but I've been meaning to see it. So now it's a great chance to do so. So it is a weird movie, right? It's pretty bizarre.
Well, it is bizarre, yes, because like the tagline for it is in the now I'm going to totally butcher this phalangonist or.
It's okay. It's just in the club.
Phalangus?
Yeah. In the Phalangist Spain of 1944, the bookish young stepdaughter of a sadistic army officer escapes into an eerie but captivating fantasy world.
Is this the dude with the eye hands? He like holds his hands up to his eyes. And he's like, wow, that kind of thing. Okay. Cool.
So now, when watching this, you will have to read subtitles because it's all in Spanish.
Okay.
So subtitles are a thing, but this movie is so beautiful.
English, please.
So eerie.
Yeah. It's. I know people who love this movie.
Yeah. Same here.
They love it. So it's all in Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, and it's written and directed by Guillermo del Toro, who's fantastic with the horror stuff that not only is scary but beautiful at the same time.
So he did that series, The Strain, which is available on Hulu.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
So we watched the first couple of episodes. We should go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
It's a vampire thing called The Strain. Guillermo del Toro did it. He is a huge Disneyland fan. Guillermo del Toro. In fact, he actually has some real hitchhiking ghosts.
What?
Phineas, Ezra, and Gus are their names at the end of the Haunted Mansion where they're hitchhiking.
Yeah.
He actually has a set of those that were retired in his house.
Oh, come on.
So that's what a big Disneyland fan he is.
Yeah, and he was actually in talks for quite a while at directing the Haunted Mansion movie.
Which he should have
Could you
done.
imagine? That would be so
You're
cool.
talking about the new one, right?
Yeah.
the new one. So he would have been perfect for that, but sadly that just didn't happen.
He probably would have made it
Now we're
too
stuck
scary.
with Owen Wilson. This is going to be good.
Owen Wilson's in it?
Yeah. In the new Haunted Mansion.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
going to suck.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
These ghosts are here. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Guillermo, he's got a great body of work too. Like he's done movies like The Orphanage. He also directed the Ron Perlman Hellboy movies.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm one of those people. Can I just tell you, Panda? I'm one of those people. I've seen the Hellboy movies. I think they're beautiful. I think they're excellent. I think they're very, very good movies, but I don't like them.
Okay.
Okay.
You can respect them for what they are,
There's
but you're like,
nothing wrong with them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with those movies. It's one of those rare cases where they did everything right. They did everything as they should have done, but I just didn't like them.
oh, that's fair.
I can't really put
Just
my
wasn't
finger
your
on why.
flavor.
You're just like, yeah.
I don't know if it's Ron Perlman. I just can't get into Ron Perlman. I don't know what the deal is. Even the guy that played Hopper played Hellboy. The
Oh,
last
that's
one,
right. He did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I actually
not.
thought the Hopper one. I thought that one was actually pretty good, even though it totally got panned.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I maybe I haven't seen that one. I thought
we
I
should
had seen
try
them
it,
all.
yeah.
I should go back and take a look and see if I've seen that. I lose track. So anyway, he did a really good job with those movies, the Hellboy movies. He's done a good job with everything.
He's actually done some video games as well, which have been really highly rated as well.
Yep.
So
In fact, I think he was the one who was partially behind PT, which was that
he was behind PT.
Silent Hill. Yeah.
Style
So,
game.
I mean,
yeah.
he's just a master at his craft, and I just love his work. This movie, like I said, it's hauntingly beautiful, and also you've got actor Doug Jones in this movie playing two different characters.
Oh, cool.
So of course, Doug Jones, he's a super tall, skinny guy. So he's like the perfect guy to use to put into lots of makeup and costumes as creatures. So he plays one of the creatures is Fauno, and then the other is called the Pale Man, which is what Chandler was talking about with the hands on its eyes.
That guy.
Eyes on its hands.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Does he do that, Chandler? Does he
I don't
go,
know.
"Bleh"?
I'm guessing if I had hand eyes, I would do that as well.
Great choice. I'm kind of surprised by this, but yeah, I think this absolutely fits, right?
Yeah, and I recommend this one to people because now of course, watch it before you show your children this movie because it will scare them.
Okay.
So it's got some scary stuff.
Is there boobies? Is there Spanish
There's
boobies in it?
no,
Or is
no,
it? Okay.
No boobies.
Nice.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, and if you want to check this one out, it is streaming up on Stars. So if you have a subscription
cool.
with Stars, you can go watch it there. Otherwise, you have to just rent it or buy it.
Stars is usually bundled with like Amazon Prime and stuff like that for a lot of people who don't
do you?
know. So yeah,
So you may
can
have it
watch
and
it
not
through
even know
that.
it.
It should be easier. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. All
Cool.
right, Panda. Well done, mate. Well done.
Thanks.
I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm excited for the Greg's Guide to Halloween episode.
Oh man.
Greg's Guide to New Music Halloween episode coming up. You're going to want to watch for that. We have a bonus episode coming out this week.
Yeah.
All EVPs. It's Panda and it's Castle, and we've got a bunch of crazy EVPs, some of which came from a time when Panda accidentally left his recorder recording and went home. And
they're
left the
spooky.
building. Some very, very scary stuff.
Yeah.
That EVP episode will be available this week.
Yep, tomorrow,
If you're a Patreon
probably. Yeah,
subscriber.
tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow.
We have the Radio Ronin Spook Alley Social coming up. We have the Ghost Hunt on the way. We have a T-shirt meetup coming
yeah.
up. Some of you are joining us in Southern California this week for another Ronin Invasion. That's going to be fun. We'll see you guys this week.
Yeah, there will be a Thursday show. We will be here on Thursday.
You are going to get a Thursday show, but next Monday there will be no show.
Correct.
All
There
right,
you go.
just so you guys know. You
Nice.
catch up on the past episodes if you
or the
haven't caught
EVP
up.
episode. Hey,
There you go. Thanks everybody. Have a great start to your week, and we will see you when we see you.